Doing it live.
Welcome back. Here we are, Vieja Escuela Pulp. Mia's going to run another game for us. Woo! If anyone's watching on YouTube right now, please say something in the chat, because I think something's wrong with my little chat thingy. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're here. We've got our characters. Mia, tell us what's up.
Sure. Let me, Vieja Escuela Pulp, as I struggle to say the word, is the rules light, basically an OSR setup using the standard 6-character attributes. And, but yeah, set in the Pulp Fiction era, basically, you know, stuff like Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, I'm so slipping here, modern era, things like Indiana Jones. So yeah, we're going to be playing in that particular genre, the pulpy pulps of crappy paper and dime store delinquents.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
So yeah, please introduce your characters. I guess starting with Steve, since you were right there.
Yeah. Was I the first one to get a sheet in today? No, wait.
I believe you were,
yeah. I updated your tag for your new character, but I'll do that after I'm done talking. Yeah, so I'm Charles Dawes. I'm a British man, hired as a butler to Mr. Andrew Davis. Yeah, I'm going to try and do an accent. I used to do accents a lot in high school. I'm 42 now. I'm not great at accents, but I'm going to try.
You do a good job.
Yeah, thanks. That's a lie, but thanks. So I've got 2 talents. Lucky, which lets me once per session re-roll something with advantage. So I'm going to make sure to use that because I only get it once per session. And then Trusted Companion. Whenever I'm with Andrew Davis, I give him a +1 to manipulate or lore checks anytime I'm in his presence. So that is great of me. Really, though, he hired me outside of a high-end club in London.
Yeah, like a tea club, like a pub.
Yeah, he thought I was a butler. I was actually a day laborer out of work. So I decided to just take the job because he's a famous globetrotter, the son of 2 other famous globetrotters, and I needed work, and there wasn't really anything tying me to London anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll keep this guy along. He seems great.
All right, that's me. I'm going to do Cindy's name tag.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next since we're related. I am Alan. I'll be playing Andrew Davis, the famous globetrotter, son of 2 other famous globetrotters. And my talents are traveler and survivor, and I'm good with guns. And basically, my character, he's been traveling the world trying to basically one-up his parents. That's what he really wants to do. His dad discovered a place in Egypt. He wants to discover another place in Egypt. His mother discovered something in Antarctica. He wants to discover Antarctica. So he mostly just wants to outdo his parents. And he's American, and his number is 88888. 4 8s.
That number being like a passport number, as the character sheet looks supposed to look like a passport.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up.
Yeah.
So I am Maria Petrov, and previously you guys met Manya Petrov if you watched the previous Vieja Escuela. And so I'm her sister, who she is looking for. But Maria believes Manya to be dead in the Great War. She arrived by boat in Florida after being saved by U.S. troops from the Nazis. She is Ukrainian Russian by birth, and she was scooped up by a wealthy hotel owner, but he's a pretty busy man, and so she gets to pretty much do what she wants and be with who she wants, as she'd rather not be with him. But that allows her to, go climbing in the Badlands and camping where she wants. And her next greatest goal is to become a pilot like Amelia Earhart.
Sorry, what's Maria's class?
I apologize. She is a dilettante.
Dilettante. Okay.
Dilettante.
Dilettante. Thank
So
you.
she has inheritance and contacts,
Interesting.
Gotcha.
which I spelled it incorrectly. But anyway.
I guess Patty.
Yeah, okay. So I am Jonathan Malone. John Malone. I am an author, unpublished. My skills, it's in the books and social chameleon, which basically means I can trade a whole point for any lore checks, and I can also roll advantage for my first communication with somebody, my first meet communication. So anyways, I am unpublished. I am looking for someone with the financial means and the interest to publish some of my works. I do write about things. I write about colonial mythology and pagan misunderstandings. So I have a lot of religious groups that have threatened my life. And so I always carry my gun concealed because of this. It's gotten pretty hairy in the past. And right now, that's what I'm looking for, is I'm looking for someone to basically support me and publish my books.
So you're a writer?
I'm a writer, an author, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Cool.
That's everybody, Mia.
He is joking.
Okay.
Please excuse me. I had myself muted. I'm like, well, maybe that's why Jonathan and Maria know each other. Is Jonathan's hitting up Maria for money? Knowing that she's
Possibly.
has a possible inheritance coming her way. All right.
That's
Well,
a great
thank.
sweatshirt.
I know, right?
That
Some
is
more of that
for
merch. I wore the T-shirt yesterday. Again, available at the merch store for
You-
Archonia.
Yeah, you actually have more merch than me. I only have the T-shirt.
Oh well, don't I feel special? I'll be wearing another sweatshirt tomorrow for another creator, so please don't be offended by that, Steve.
That's totally fine. I wore a Dimension 21 myself yesterday.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us live, and when this goes out on video on demand in YouTube and Twitch, we'll get things underway. We are in the spring of 1935, Miami, Florida. It is a vibrant city with a booming economy, glorious nightlife, and ties to organized crime. The Art Deco architecture of South Beach and the iconic neon lights of Ocean Drive are emblematic of the city's bustling atmosphere. Our players, our heroes, you are sitting outdoors, shade from colorful umbrellas, blanket, crisp white tablecloths on wrought iron tables. Palm trees sway gently overhead, casting dappled shadows on the sun-kissed Miami cobblestone. Freshly brewed coffee mingles with the tantalizing scent of exotic flowers. The waitress, Wanda, arrived. Here you go, she says as she places your mimosas on the table.
Why, thank you.
Thank you so much, darling.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you are so pleasant.
Maria.
I say this mimosa's pretty good, but it's not as good as yours, Charles.
Oh, thank you, sir. The secret is I put beer in them.
Yes. Can you add a little bit, please?
Yep. I'm actually just standing behind your lounger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
I have a backpack full of beer bottles.
It's just- Thank you.
Did you know they just started putting beer in cans?
They just did in 1935. Cans.
Nice.
The beer
I've
was
heard of that,
canned.
and I find it.
You
repulsive.
told me that, Jonathan.
I did.
I can't understand who would drink beer out of a can. It's not natural.
Well, it certainly isn't classy.
Well, no.
It definitely comes in handy during our long travels, though. So it's a
I
blessing.
would think the
always have bottles
storage would
for
be.
you.
That's something to consider, I suppose. But
Wanda eyes you, Charles,
Maybe
suspiciously. Sorry.
Sorry.
Wanda eyes Charles suspicious, like, "Sir, you've been standing behind this other gentleman the entire time since you arrived. Please have a seat."
I'm gonna just sort of walk over to her and whisper so no one else can hear me. I sit down when he's not looking.
Oh, are you some sort of attaché or butler, as they say?
I'm his valet. Yeah.
Ah, valet. Yes, yes, I've heard that term before. Please, again, it's very nice. I need to go, as some other clients are like, ma'am, please, we need our food. As they kind of like, and she shuffles off to assist them.
All right.
As you are sipping your morning mimosas, a commotion erupts nearby and grows louder as the conversations around you stop. It's an opportunity to roll an awareness or alertness check to see if you can see what's causing the commotion before I proceed.
I will look around. I have 0 in that, but...
How do you roll a check?
Just your D20 plus your score, yeah.
Okay.
Mine's 14.
I rolled a 16.
Oh, goodness.
And what am I? Alertness?
Alertness, yeah.
I rolled a 12. I have 0 in alert. So 12.
Okay. I was looking for like a 14 or higher. So those of you that rolled a 14 or higher, as several patrons jump and scatter in a multitude of directions, the two of you see the reason why. A gaggle of monkeys are like frantically jumping and hopping and shoving their way. Small monkeys are knocking things over.
Oh,
What in the world? Monkeys are everywhere. What kind of a step?
Every Vieja Escuela Pulp game me a run starts with a monkey.
So far.
Every one of 2. All right.
Cannon now.
Someone put those monkeys in a cage.
This is very unusual.
I shall seek out a cage immediately, sir.
Yes.
Well, it's unsanitary.
As you're watching these monkeys come over, there's a thunderous crash, and the gang of monkeys bursts into the scene, toppling tables and chairs. Their raucous cry mixed with the clamor and chaos. The Simian soldiers through the cafe with reckless abandon.
And Jonathan goes, bye.
Each of you, let me roll these dice up. What is your defense, Charles?
10.
10. You get crashed into by a monkey, doing 1 point of damage. Andrew, you daftly dodge to the side as a monkey approaches.
I'll take that damage, and then I'm going to retroactively buy some armor.
I just rolled a 20 on you, poor Jonathan. So you in your efforts to get out of the way of the monkeys, you get crashed into for 3 points of damage.
Who takes that damage?
Jonathan.
Okay.
And let's see, Maria, what was your defense?
It's 12.
12. All right. You are also able to avoid the monkeys as they crash by. Each of you, please roll an awareness as they zip past and start to move off away from you.
Alertness?
Alertness, yeah.
Goodness, I rolled a 16 again.
Looking for a 14, yeah. Okay.
Nat 20.
I'm too busy with my mimosa.
Nat 20. 11. All right. Anything over 14? 14, you notice that a couple of monkeys have got like a small bag that they're holding between them as they dash through and off down the street. Charles, with your nat 20, you notice that each of the monkeys has a small, maybe as big around as the tip of your pinky, like a little glass tube sticking out of the top of their skulls.
Oh. More smart monkeys? Or brain-controlled monkeys? So I was running off to try and find a cage. I realized after a few steps that I don't have the first clue to where to look for a cage for monkeys. And then I probably stop, and that's when I get smashed into. I think probably the one that smashes into me is the first one I noticed that little tube on. And I'm just like, what? How many monkeys total? Is it just a horde?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it innumerable, but so many that you can't count easily. Yeah.
All right. FYI, I did spend some money on a bulletproof jacket, so from now on my defense will be 13.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah. So I will come back, Mr. Davis, sir. I could not find a cage. Also, I'm not sure how to get that many monkeys into a cage, but I will keep working on it if you think it's something that we should handle.
That's quite all right, Charles. I'm sure in our travels we will see much more monkeys in the future.
I'm not sure we will see monkeys quite like that, sir. They all had glass tubes sticking out of their skulls.
That is strange.
I believe those monkeys may have escaped from some sort of mad science facility.
An asylum?
Did they all? Are they all gone now?
Yeah, they've scattered down the street. If you want to give chase, you can, but they're moving pretty fast and climbing buildings and disappearing down
I don't
alleyways.
think that's something Maria would chase a monkey. I don't think
I
so.
have my notepad out and I'm writing about the monkeys and what I saw.
Can Jonathan draw it all?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Hey.
Jonathan, why don't you draw one of those, and I'll describe what the monkey looked like with the tubes.
Sure.
While you're like there, two individuals kind of run up going, God, and they're breathing heavy. A woman and a man. The woman has got wire rim glasses on, stands about 5'9", wearing a relatively well-tailored and expensive dress. The gentleman is shorter, a little rotund around the middle, and he's got like the typical like horseshoe bald head, and he's got like a little scraggly mustache. Where'd they go? Oh my gosh, where'd they go?
Well, they went off in that direction. Are those your monkeys?
Oh God, they stampeded. They stole an artifact from the museum down the street.
The monkeys stole an artifact? How could they do that? They're just monkeys.
What artifact? I mean, what artifact?
Have you ever seen anything like this, Maria? Monkeys that could steal artifacts?
Never. There's no monkeys
Maria,
in Badlands.
Yeah, Maria, you did see the two monkeys clutching like a small bag between them that looked like it had something like as about a big,
right.
maybe like something about the size of two large fists.
I did see the one of them carrying a bag.
What was this artifact they stole?
Okay, one moment. As they kind of like slowly catch their breath, the professor's now like bent over, like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up.
Well, maybe you should sit down away
take a
from
seat.
Mimosa. I'm
Yeah.
still sipping that, by the way.
Wanda, who's like all frantic, trying to like stand the tables and chairs back up, giving you a place to sit down. The young woman turns to you. It's like, yes, I am Evelyn Hart. I'm the curator of the museum. I am much distressed by this theft. The professor had just donated the artifact to us to put on display today.
Well, that would be distressing.
What was it?
The curator's like, the professor's like, wait, I'll tell him. And he goes, well, it was an artifact that I found in a recent trip to the jungles of Africa. A small idol that the locals, with the rough translation, called it the idol of Simian supremacy.
Simian supremacy?
Simian supremacy.
I feel like in my travels, I've been to Africa. Do I know anything about this artifact?
You may roll a lore check.
Awesome. And can you help me?
Yeah, you get a +1 for that.
Awesome.
I don't even have to do anything. You're just.
Okay, so I believe.
But you know what? I guess just for flavor, I'll be like, oh yes, you remember that one gentleman we spoke to, sir, in the village? I guess just for flavor, I'll be.
Sorry, I believe I have the traveler talent. That gives me a plus in lore checks too, right? Sorry, I didn't write down what traveler does.
Hold on, I have the book up and I'll take a look.
You've got, it says survivor. Nope, those are just, okay, yeah, take a look at that.
Yeah, if you look at the... sorry, I should have wrote it down.
Oh, you have to spend a power point to automatically succeed in a lore check.
Yeah.
So if you have a power point
Can
and
I
you want to spend
can I
it
see what the roll is before I do that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the pulp points are ways to activate those special
I
abilities.
think I should be fine. I got a 17 on the die,
plus my 1 and,
plus your 1 and
your 1.
my 1, so 19.
Yeah, you recall at one point during your travels while sitting in a small cafe in South Africa, some gentleman and you were talking about your adventures, and one's like, "Oh yes, I would really like to get out into the." And this is several years ago. I'd really like to get out into the jungle and see if I can't find what's called the Simian supremacy statue or something like that. This guy's name will be Wilson Stone.
And,
Wilson Stone.
I'm sorry, I missed. What is the name of the professor that's here with us now?
He hadn't introduced himself yet, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm Professor Papadopoulos."
Papadopoulos.
Propolis.
You know we're taking notes, and you just want to make it hard.
I was just going to say that.
I'm gonna call him Professor Pop.
Yeah,
Yeah, Andrew
Professor
says,
Papa. My
"Ah,
friends call me Professor Papa.
Perfect.
Andrew says, I've actually heard of this artifact back in my travels in Africa. William Stone told me about it. He's
Oh,
quite rare.
you know, Mr. Stone? He was searching for that artifact for me, and he was successful in his quest to find it.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
In his efforts, he lost several men, though very sad and
I
tragic.
will definitely congratulate him next time I see him.
You say that the monkeys stole the statue of Simian supremacy? That seems a bit on the nose, doesn't it?
Well, it is strange. It is said that the statue, in the right hands and with the right rituals, can offer the owner control of some simian species that are.
Professor, do you happen to know where those monkeys came from before they invaded your land?
Oh gosh, we have no idea. The police should be arriving back at the museum shortly. If you would like to join the investigation, please come with us.
That is up to my employer. Could we come with them, sir?
Yes, I am quite interested in this artifact. So let us.
Well, I'm always up for an adventure. This sounds absolutely fabulous.
All right. Lead on, Professor.
As you make your way down the street, you see, back up here, as you arrive at the museum, you find police cars have already arrived outside. Their lights flashing, and officers directing bystanders away, and yellow tape marks off the entrance. Jonathan, please give me a quick alertness check as you kind of scan the crowd around.
I just noticed that whenever Alan and I are both looking at the screen, it looks like we're staring into each other's eyes.
Oh, such a cute couple.
Should have reversed those pictures.
Sorry, what'd you roll, Jonathan, on your alertness?
Patty, are you hearing us?
Patty,
Yeah?
please roll an alertness check.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
You're Jonathan. Jonathan's you.
Jonathan, yeah.
I am.
I really try to address everybody by character name to keep us,
No, that's fair. That's fair. I
keep
was
us
just,
in the zone.
I was.
As you-
Alertness is 19.
Oh, 19. Good roll. As you approach the museum, you know, as you do with the professor and the curator, the police officers kind of like stretch the yellow tape up so you may pass through. But you, Jonathan, as you like scan the crowd approaching the front of the facility, you see across the street somebody you recognize, known by the locals as Squeaky Pete.
Squeaky Pete.
A shady character who has a habit of, rolling over and sharing information. Yeah.
Oh, good. Professional informant.
Professional informant, basically, yes.
Jonathan, what's your class again?
I'm an author,
Okay.
which is basically an investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see Squeaky. I'm gonna head over there and say, "Hey, did you see where those monkeys went?"
As you approach, he's a wiry and kind of a strange individual. His hair is kind of unkempt, but his clothes are casual yet finely tailored. He greets you with a mischievous grin and gleam in his eyes. And he kind of swaggers over a bit. He's like, yeah, I might have some information on that.
All right. Well, spill it. Where did they go?
He his hands are kind of casual in his pocket. He looks around. He gives a hard look at the police to make sure nobody's looking, and he holds his palm out to you.
I feel like we could ask the child down the block where the monkeys went. We don't need to pay this man.
Yeah, Squeaky, this isn't information that I can't get from anyone off the street.
Well, I
just happen to know you. We've done business in the past. I just thought maybe you could give this one up. I'm not going to pay you for this.
He stammers a bit. He's like, yeah, but I may have information as to where they came from and who's responsible. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You may, or you
Fine,
do.
fine. I'll cover the payment. If the information is worth it, I'll
I'm
make
sorry,
it.
Scott, I'm going to hold you right there. Squeaky Pete, if anyone came over but Jonathan, will not speak to you at all. Sorry, Maria.
Oh,
okay.
Emphasize that he knows Jonathan, and anyone else that approaches, he just sort of he'll clam up.
All right,
Walk away.
Squeaky, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
This is what I'll do. You give me the information, and if it's worth anything to me, I'll pay you. We've
Kind of
done
like-
this in the past. This is how we do business. I have to know that the information is valid or worthy.
Takes his other hand out of his pocket, just kind of rubs them together, kind of runs his hand over his head to slick his hair back a little bit, puts both hands in his pockets, and he leans in close and he's like, hey, let me tell you this. And I'm going to cut away to the others.
Okay. Okay.
As they inside the museum, the air is tense as detectives and staffers examine the scene of the heist. Broken glass of display cases litter the floor, and the remnants of ancient artifacts lie scattered about. Investigators scrutinize the surroundings for clues, while museum employees confer in hushed tones. Their expressions a mix of worry and frustration.
Uh-oh.
Well, is there a way I can investigate the area to see if I can figure out where these monkeys went?
Yes. As you search about, just give me an alertness check to search around the area.
My alertness is not the
Professor
best.
Papa and Evelyn Hart mentioned that an anonymous letter came asking to buy the piece recently, before the piece was actually donated.
No, I'm having. I think I'm too distracted by all these artifacts on the ground.
I'd like to walk up to the, what did you say, the curators?
Yeah, Evelyn Hart is the main curator.
Okay, so the workers there, and just say, what do you make of all of this? What happened here?
They kind of jump. They seem startled that you're there. It's like, you're not a police officer. Why are you here?
Oh no, I'm just curious. What happened?
They kind of turn and look towards Evelyn, who kind of observe you walk over, and she kind of nods to affirm that it's okay. And they state that while they were preparing the display for the Simian statue, that these monkeys just came charging through the front door. many of them carrying small sticks, and they started smashing. You see the sticks lying about, started smashing things up, and basically made a beeline. A few of them made a direct line for the Simian statue that was freshly placed on display, and snatched it and ran off. While the other monkeys smashed things and jumped about and terrorized the workers in the museum.
Dreadful. Is there anything strange about the sticks, or they're just ordinary?
They're just like small sticks, almost like somebody had carved them though to form miniature clubs.
Yeah, okay, but okay.
The professor is like, well, it is a small statue carved from a dark, lustrous stone resembling a stylized monkey with, well, wait a moment, I have a picture of it right here. And he pulls the picture out. And it is a style. I'm going to put that in our Discord chat over there for this game. A little black and white photo.
Monkey indeed.
He carries on. He's like, well, the idol features, the monkey figure. Its posture exudes authority, with one arm raised triumphantly and the other clutching a scepter adorned with a shimmering gemstone. While you are like looking around and talking to folks, a plainclothes officer, he's got like a badge hanging off his pocket, steps over and says this, well, what have we here? You folks with the press are just tourists looking for a bit of excitement. And keep that in mind. I'm going to cut away back to Jonathan.
Okay.
And Squeaky Pete's leaning in. Does the name Vito the Vulture mean anything to you?
Does it?
If you would know the name Vito the Vulture. He's one of the local crime bosses. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, tread carefully when dealing with Vito. He's merciless. Anyone who interferes in his operation need to be prepared to deal with the consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying that these monkeys were sent by Vito?
Not saying Vito did it, but he might have. I mean, there's been some scuttlebutt. I don't know if that's a word from that era.
It's gotta be. It's too stupid to be from. Yeah.
So you're guessing then, Squeaky? Is that what you're doing?
I'm
You
sorry,
don't
say
have-
that again.
I said, so you're guessing here, Squeaky? You don't have any proof, or you don't know for sure?
Man, I ain't gonna go say I
I
don't
mean,
have
he
any
doesn't
solid-
tell all kinds of things. What makes you think that he's a part of these monkeys?
I ain't got no solid proof, but recently some of his men were talking about monkeys, so maybe that's why. But if and you do get mixed up with Vito, leave my name out of it.
Anything else you got for me, Squeaky, besides the fact that it might be Vito? Do you
That's-
know where they went? Did you see them?
That's all I got for you. But remember, if that pans out, you owe me some cash.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it pans out, I'll come back here and I'll give you some cash. But
Yeah.
I'm not giving you anything for that because I could have guessed Vita.
Well, whatever. And he like
Did
he
you even
hurriedly turns.
Did you see where they went at least?
Well,
What direction?
I saw him burst out of the building and head down the street. That was the last I saw.
Which way? Which way down the street?
And he like points up in the direction of the cafe you guys were sitting in. Yeah.
Oh, that was very helpful, Squeaky. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just remember that money. If anything
yeah,
comes
yeah.
up, because I got debt. I owe money.
Squeaky
I
is my
bet you
favorite
do.
Mhm.
I bet you do. I'll tell you what. I'll see you later, Squeaky. I gotta, get back with my companion. So, I'll see you later.
He like pulls his hands out of his pocket, rubs them together again. He's like, all right, whatever. I gotta go. And he like spins on his heels and like disappears down an alleyway. And you will arrive back. You arrive in the museum as the officer approaches, and you hear, as you are approaching the group, Jonathan, you hear the police officer. Well. What have we here, you folks with the press? That guy. I'm Officer Jake O'Malley. I'm in charge of this investigation.
I say to Charles, I believe you have my identification. Please show it to the officer.
Yes, sir.
And
Oh, hold on.
yeah, my passport. Yeah.
He looks at you, Andrew, and then like takes the ID from Charles, and he like looks back at you. He's like, "You someone special? You got your own man here to do your business for you?"
Yes, I'm the son of Allison Jones, Patriot, the famous Globetrotters. I'm actually here on business. I'm looking into this artifact that was stolen.
His valet, Charles Dawes. I'll hold up my own ID.
And the other two, just as you walk up, Jonathan, unless you want to hang back away from the
Well,
conversation.
no, I can. No, I had my ID and say no. I'm an author actually. Interested in stories. I'm with them.
Yes, these are my two friends. They come with me.
We're helping them investigate.
And I'll walk up to him and I'll just kind of I'll run my finger down his collar or whatever, and I'll say, "Darling, don't you remember me? You came and investigated a murder at my husband's hotel."
Oh, gets a little startled. Oh, Miss Petrov, it's nice to see you again. Yeah. He kind of stammers a little bit.
Kind of my blonde hair and got my eyes at him.
Your generous donation to the police force is much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yes, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you at the ball this year.
Oh, I haven't gotten an invitation, but I'll take this as a standing invitation. So yeah, I appreciate
It
it.
is.
But yeah, back to business, y'all. Like, if you're here to help, you'd better do a damn good job of it. We don't need any amateurs getting in the way of this serious investigation.
Oh, Mr. Davis is no amateur, sir.
Yes, I've been to quite a few places and seen many things. I think we can handle some monkey business.
Medically modified monkey business.
He's like, oh. He looks at you, Mr. Davis, and he's like, I don't care who you are or why you're here. Just don't interfere with the investigation. But since the curator has vouched for you, come on over here. And then, like, over in the corner, the police like lift a cloth off of a small cage, basically like a gilded cage that was probably on display in the museum, and they've got a monkey inside there.
A live monkey?
A live monkey. Mm-hmm.
Does it have a tube in it?
As you give it a quick exam, you don't see a tube poking out of its head immediately. Please give me an alertness check on that. Relatively easy, so like a 9 to 11.
We're all looking, right? We're all standing around looking at this monkey.
That's up to you all. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got 14.
I rolled an 8, so
Yeah, no, I
I'll
didn't.
just
I
wait
didn't
for you
do
to point it.
anything.
Yeah.
what a cute little monkey.
Oh,
I'm sure I have a candy in here for you.
Those that rolled at least high enough, as you check your alertness, you notice that there is it's got brown hair. It's kind of hard to tell, but you notice that there's like a small little spot where the hair is thinner right on top, and there's just a tiny bit of crusty blood there.
I say, looks like this one has been tampered with as well. As you can see, there's a little bit of an opening right there on its head.
Perhaps it was not completed, or the tube was removed.
The police officer.
Where was this monkey found? Was this found today, or?
After all the other monkeys ran off, this one just had kind of gone docile and was sitting here. One of the museum employees says.
Interesting. Did you?
Well, perhaps the tubing fell out and we could find it around here somewhere.
Yeah, I think we should possibly look for that. Maybe.
Yes, where was it found precisely?
Well, the monkey was in this room, so yeah, please feel free to look around. The police don't seem real interested in anything but the monkey itself, you know. And
I've got an 11 on alertness for that.
I only got 10. I'm still looking at this monkey.
I'm not very alert.
Yeah, I'm still like,
Monkey.
ooh, monkey, monkey.
About my dress for the ball, I just said I was going to
Roll the
have. So.
four.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
Terrible.
Charles,
You know
you
what?
rolled an 11, right?
I rolled an 11, and
That's,
if that's enough, okay. Otherwise, I'll use my lucky on this.
that's sufficient. As you're kind of like milling about, kicking debris out of the way, you find basically what amounts to like a small vacuum tube. I know you're aware, what a vacuum tube is. I mean, those are ancient technology, roughly the same size around as the wound itself.
And does this look like what I saw sticking out of the other monkeys?
Yes, since you got a good look at it, it is absolutely the same thing. Mm-hmm.
Now, it's a vacuum tube, which would be an electronic component. Well, you said it's shaped like a vacuum tube.
Yeah, it looks like a vacuum tube. The internals are just a little bit different, a little more complex than
But
a standard.
it's
regular
electrical
vacuum.
in there, not like some chemical.
Yes, some sort of electrical device. Mm-hmm.
I will show this to everyone.
This is
Um,
fascinating.
Joshua, thanks for coming by, Throck.
Does
Strange.
this device have like a button on it or a control or anything?
Markings of any kind?
It is. It's just a little like tube with like a couple of little prongs, like 3 little prongs that are poking out it. And if you look at the monkey, you see that there are tiny little holes in his head that match that.
I say maybe if we put this back on the monkey, it will lead us to the others and the artifact.
Well,
You
we had
that
hundreds
is
of them.
very good idea, but I think we should wait till the cops leave.
We had hundreds of them earlier, and we were unable to follow them because of how fast they were moving. What makes you think we'd be able to follow one?
Well, I've got some rope in my bag. We could leash it.
That's a wonderful idea, Maria.
Yeah.
We could do that. Have it like a leash.
And I don't see what's wrong with having cops at our back.
Yes, we are like Maria said, we are helping out with the investigation. So
As you are discussing this and looking this over, you had asked if it had any markings on it, and it's so small you almost miss it on the little coppery end that has the plugs on it. There are like 3 S's kind of like formed in a triangle with like the bottom part of the S kind of like linking together, creating a triangle of S's.
Okay.
have I seen this symbol before in my travels?
We'll need another lore check. I'll say it's the DC 14.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll get the help from you.
Yes.
Thanks,
Ah,
Frank.
yes. I think this reminds me of that one thing.
Okay, I got 15 on the die plus 2, so that's 16, 17.
Okay. You recognize the symbols. You don't really recognize the symbols, but as you're thinking about the area and you're talking back and forth to Charles about it, you remember, again, in a conversation you had with somebody, that there's a physicist in Miami named Samson Salloway.
Samuel Sampson Salloway?
Salloway.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And he
That
knows,
he is a-
he knows about this symbol.
He is a physicist, and as you kind of like say that name out loud, Professor Papadopoulos. Oh yes, I'm surprised I didn't even think of that. He's a well-renowned physicist and studies simian behavior. He's got a lab here in South Beach.
Say, that's the ticket. Charles, you need to talk to Samuel. He probably knows what this is all about.
I get the
No.
logo now. It's S's.
Yes. Samuel, Samuel Salamander.
Something like that.
This-
Exactly.
Is this cage that the monkey is in, is it portable?
It's a valuable museum piece.
Well, didn't Charles come up with a cave? I mean, a cave. A cage?
No, I never found a cage. I didn't know where to begin looking.
Oh,
But we
okay.
have this cage now.
I was thinking if we keep it leashed but don't plug it in, and we go over to the Salaman's place, plug it in and see if the monkey heads in that direction or heads in a different direction. And
Or
then if it heads in a different direction, we will unplug it. And then keep plugging it back in while we get clues. That we don't risk losing it even on a leash.
or one of us can talk to Solomon first, see what he knows, and then present him the monkey. Once we get more information.
Yeah, that's still a good idea. We just have to have some way of taking this. I mean, it seems lethargic, right? So we could just maybe carry it.
We do have the prong too, so we could show that to Solomon.
I'm gonna ask a GM question. I assume you guys are kind of like talking over the corner in hushed voices.
Yes.
All about
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Yes, we're huddling up right now.
Yeah. As you kind of like huddled in close and are having this conversation, Officer O'Malley wanders over. Is like, have you guys found something?
No, we're just, putting our heads together, trying to think of any possibility of why these monkeys or how these monkeys even got here. We're just trying to, rack each other's brains.
Roll me a communications check to see if he buys your bullshit.
Can I help Jonathan in that communication? Is that?
Oh yeah, you could like in the conversation add to what's going
Well,
on.
I got an 19.
Okay. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Officer O'Malley, he kind of like squints his eyes at you for a moment, like he doesn't quite buy it, and then he's like, whatever, and then he moves off to like communicate with the other officers.
Will the officers let us take this monkey?
I would say probably not, unless you could convince him with a relatively high communication roll, which Jonathan just burned a pretty good one there.
I've got 2 in my communication. If you want to give me a shot,
Maybe Maria, maybe you can razz up
Yeah.
that officer again.
Yeah, role play me some dialogue that you give the officer. Yeah.
That'll be the trick, is the role play. Okay, so all right, I'll saunter over there and what is this, O'Malley?
Yeah. Basically, officer / detective O'Malley.
Okay, officer, whatever are you guys going to do with this poor thing?
Yeah, we're just gonna take it to a local zoo.
Oh, a zoo? I don't think he'll be happy there. Why didn't you let me have him? I've always wanted a monkey. You know how I love things of this sort.
Yes, I have seen the small menagerie that you keep on your land.
Yes. Did you see the recent parrot I got? His name is Wally.
Yes, quite the plumage on that one. Quite
Indeed.
the plumage.
Don't fit her into it.
Yeah. He's looking at you and he's like, wow. And he kind of like, well, it is.
Obviously been tormented and tortured. He needs someone who can really care for him.
He is kind of evidence in a crime.
True.
But-
I mean, of course, you could come and get him when you need him as such.
But yeah, go and give me that communications check, or not? Yeah, communicate or manip. Yeah, I'm like, which one? Communications, influence, motivate, get along with others. Yeah.
Okay, come on. I rolled a 16, and then plus that 2 is 18.
Okay. He's like, again, kind of like hems and haws. Here's a piece of evidence in a crime. Can you guarantee that he'll be okay, safe there in case we need to come and get him?
Oh, yes, of course. You know, our penthouse is safe, and we increased the security over there at our hotel. Everything will be just fine. We've had no incidents since that last time, and that was 3 years ago.
Well, we can't let you take the cage. Have you got some way to transport it?
Well, for the moment, I've got some rope, and I'm sure we can find something on the way home.
I am quite experienced at monkey wrangling from our trips to Africa. I can manage the rope and keep the monkey calm until we can get him contained.
Yes, I have.
He is
full
very good
confidence
with animals.
in Charles here.
Complete lie, but
Earlier, Maria, you said something about giving the monkey a snack or something that you may have had.
Yes,
remember
I
hearing
have
that.
some
Okay.
mints in my little bag, my little
Crochet.
purse or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a shoulder bag. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Your
a-
clutch.
it's your Doctor Who larger on the inside bag.
Yeah, exactly.
So as you approach Maria, the monkey kind of grabs the bars and looks up at you and then sticks its hand out and wiggles his fingers like gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of pet his little fingers and say, "Oh, you darling," and I'll just give him a little mint.
He crunches it and he puts it in his mouth and he just crunch, 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 crunch. The scent of peppermint fills the air. The police reluctantly open the cage to you, Charles, so that you may get in there and get that puppy tied up. Give me a quick manipulation check though. Handle explosives, complex science devices, or survival maybe to deal with the monkey.
Doesn't quite matter which one it is.
Because you rolled low.
I rolled a 1.
Oh,
I was gonna say maybe it could help.
Well, I'm gonna step forward as I see him fumbling and try to help.
The monkey, as soon as you open that cage, Charles, and you try and get it, it bounds forward and kind of bursts free. And as you try to grab it, it slips loose.
can some of us try to grab it after?
Yeah, can I try to lunge at it and catch it just in time?
Yes. Each of you may in turn, Jonathan, since you mentioned it first, so that is going to basically be a move check, or even basically even an attack check to grab it in a grapple. So
How do you do a move?
move. Yeah, I'm thinking of the whole. You've got a move skill that says MOV. Looks
Move of 10. Yep.
And actually, that's your move distance. So I apologize. We'll have to use your attack. Let's just, as I stammer, use your attack bonus. So yeah, and it's a strength. So if you have a strength bonus plus your attack bonus to get your total bonus. And Jonathan,
19.
holy moly!
Great job, John.
Hey, man.
As that monkey
Sorry.
as the monkey scrambles past Charles, Jonathan, you kind of do this little wiggle back and forth as the monkey's dunk 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 tries to get past you, and then just as it thinks it's got an opening, it bolts and you dive on it and wrestle it, and it's it kind of frantically tries to get loose.
Oh, but I got it.
No, Jonathan, don't hurt him.
Oh, I won't. He's just a wily little fucker. Someone get the rope on him.
Yeah. Andrew starts putting the rope on him now. Now they're secured. And he just, oh, come on, little fella. We're not going to hurt you.
Make sure you don't choke him.
No. Of course not. Of course not.
All right, I'll take the rope and the monkey, and I'll start petting
Yeah.
the monkey.
The monkey is now in your control.
All right, at this point, we'll head over to Samuel Samuelson, whatever. Salamander.
Solomon Sampson Salloway.
The physicist
Salamander.
plays. Yeah.
Shamadoo.
This guy's part of that snake cult from last time. The whole evil snake cult.
But I think...
So, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to have a little game plan. I think when we get there, I think I would like to go in there first with Charles, just in case.
Okay.
And if there's any issue, Charles will do his signature whistle to let you guys know that there's a problem. His signature whistle.
All right.
Is that it? Is that his whistle?
Yeah.
Is there an all clear whistle, like everything's cool?
Yeah.
Aesthetic, or
Right. So I'll take the monkey then.
Yes. But I will.
Right.
But I will take the device with me.
Right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
you pick that up and pocket it without the cops even noticing. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the game plan.
Let's do it.
Are you? You going to? Does somebody have a car? Maybe Mr. Davis.
Oh,
has a
I
car.
definitely have a car.
And I definitely drive it.
Yeah, he's my valet.
I have a car as well.
All right. So
I definitely allow others to drive.
It's not
me.
special, but I do use it to travel and.
I do offer you to travel in my car if you want.
Oh yes, of
If
course.
you want to save on gas.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We stick together.
Please, Charles, show them
Charles,
to my
back.
vehicle.
It's this one here that we all came in.
Yeah, yes. I imagine it's a Mercedes-Benz, if they have those back then.
Probably.
Oh,
they
yeah,
did.
they definitely did.
Yeah.
I think one of the cars in the New York Chase was a Mercedes. Yeah, that we had. So-
Champagne color. Champagne.
The professor jots down the address for Dr. Soloway's lab, and you know the area well enough to get there just fine, Charles. And while you're driving there, would like the passengers to give me an alertness check.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. It's
I
12.
got 20.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
18.
All right. So Andrew and Jonathan, as you're like driving down the road and you make a few turns and you have to travel quite a ways, you see a car tailing you at a distance.
I say, Charles, we're being tailed. Lose them.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I noticed.
Oh, dear.
So-
there's something I need to roll to try and lose a tail.
Yeah.
There's no specifics about that. Like it says manipulation, open locks, disarm mechanisms, handle. So like to really maneuver the car. So maybe a manipulation check on that.
Could I argue that it's stealth instead?
Yeah.
It's a very specific kind of stealth. I want to get where he can't see us.
All right. Let me have you do this. Roll a manipulation, and then we'll do a stealth. Yeah.
Oh, that actually came up in that 20.
Okay.
Oh. All right.
Nice.
Nice.
So
It kind of rolled inside the drawer. I had to slide it out. But yeah, it's a
So
nat.
you so yeah, no need for stealth as you stomp down on the gas, and it's very obvious now that you are being tailed as that car like speeds up to keep up. But Charles, kind of describe the route and how you handle this quick driving.
Well, it's 1935, so there's probably not as much traffic as what we would think of today. But I will just sort of casually drift faster than the traffic around us and like pull in front of cars a couple times, wait for them to catch up, maybe take my foot off the gas and fall back behind the car next to us, make a turn, make another turn, and then when they're out of sight of us, just floor it and spin around the block until they don't see us anymore, and then just get lost.
And as he's doing this, I'm saying, German engineering is always the best.
Yeah, whenever he makes fast, sharp turns, I pat the monkey and I said, "Bubbles, it's okay, Bubbles, it's all right. Don't worry."
I know you're a fan of the
Thank you,
Germans,
little-
sir.
Engineering is perfect.
I'm holding the oh shit handle.
The monkey is, you're trying to calm it. It's a little not. It's not calm. It kind of bounces around, kind of squirms loose from your grip, leaps up on as you make your escape, Charles. I'm gonna say the monkey leaps up and like plants itself right on top of your head for a brief moment, and then pushes off and lands on the floor in the back seat, just for some crazy monkey flavor.
Give him another treat. Man, that'll calm down.
Definitely. Oh, for sure.
So
Oh, I
set
think
by
I
your
pooped on my
pro-German
shoe.
Oh
I'm
dear.
only
Oh
complimenting
dear.
the engineering.
Yeah, well, you know.
There's been some monkey business back here.
Oh no, it's all over my shoes.
I'll get you some new shoes. Don't worry.
Poor scared monkey.
Recent current events, even the monkeys don't like the Germans.
The so yeah, what you said there, Charles, on that, I suspect like you drifting in and out of traffic. They lose sight of you, and you like find a place in front of a large truck. And they, thinking lost you, zoomed past. That gives you that opportunity to fall in behind them and then get turned off the road. So sufficiently, you roll up on what is supposed to be Salloway's lab. It is a nondescript building in South Beach. The door is open.
Okay. All right. I say to you two, Maria, Jonathan, we'll go in
Yes.
first. And if it's proves to be clear, we'll let you know.
Okay. I think I'll stay in the car with the monkey, with the window just slightly rolled down. And
Yes.
Jonathan can stand outside to listen for that.
The whistle.
I will stand at the car and smoke.
Yes, and yes.
All right.
We'll wait for that elegant whistle.
Okay. All right, Charles, follow me.
As you wish, sir.
So I go in there.
Rushing monkey.
The door. You said the door is open, right? Is it?
Yeah,
Is it like ajar?
It's standing open, and as you get closer, you see that the door frame has been shattered, and somebody
Okay,
busted the door open.
I quickly take out my gun, and I say, "Arm yourself." Charles.
I pull my rifle out. The door frame has been shattered. Does it look like it was hit from inside or outside?
It was kicked in, so the door is like open, swung in hard. So yeah, it's busted inward.
Allow me to go first, sir.
Okay.
All right. Let's
right.
go.
Yeah, we both have our guns out, and we're coming in. What do we see?
As you pass inside, it is a chaotic and unsettling mess. Papers litter the floor, equipment lies overturned, a desk and shelves are haphazardly stacked with notebooks, and loose papers are scattered all over the floor. There is a desk in the back corner of the room. Definitely signs of a struggle are evident.
Any bodies?
If you go deeper into the room and round the corner of the desk, there is a body lying there with a bunch of papers scattered about.
Male, female.
Is it? Can I recognize this as Samuel?
It's a young man, definitely not someone old enough to be the doctor. Yeah, he's like a young person, like a teenager or a 20-something.
Perhaps a young assistant of the professor.
Well, we don't find
Will we
anybody
able-
else. We don't find anybody else in the house, right?
Yeah, no danger.
All right.
It
I'll
appears.
give the signal. I'll tell
The
you.
other whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I will go in.
Yeah, but as they're coming in, I want to investigate the body to see if I can find any sort of identification.
As you kneel down and kind of like he's lying on his chest and his arm is extended, and as you roll him over and he pulls back, you see that there's like he's been shot
Oh,
and like he's got blood on his hand, like he had clutched at the wound. And you roll him over, his tag says Timmy on it.
I
Timothy
would like-
Talamane, Tim Talamane.
didn't tell him.
I'd like to go through the paperwork that are on the desk.
Okay. As you are shuffling through the paperwork, you do find some notes on his research. And on the floor where you rolled him over, where his hand was, you see some blood on the floor that has soaked through some of the pages.
Okay. Do I smell monkey in here?
You do not. No.
Okay. Because I would think a lot of monkeys in one place would be pretty stinky.
I will also start looking around the area some more. Do I see anything that looks similar to the device we have?
I'm going to give you something shortly, but go ahead and roll me an alertness check to do any additional searching.
I'd like to look around and see if there's any type of other food I could try to give the monkey.
Yeah, there's some. Basically, there's like an ice box in the corner with some human food in it, and a cabinet with some like crackers and things like that. Easy enough.
I got
As you roll those, oops, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I got 14 on that awareness.
Oh, nice. Okay. Any Jonathan / Patty, were you rolling an alertness to look around as well? I think we're frozen on their end. I think
Are you guys
looks like they are frozen.
You know what? Let's take this opportunity to.
Here we go.
Cindy's back. Yeah.
Cindy's back.
I don't
Patty's still
know
frozen.
about Patty. Yeah.
I was about to say let's go ahead and take our break while their internet connection recovers, because it's almost that time anyway.
Is that okay, me?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good spot.
We could, we could definitely. Yeah, I was just gonna say I want to actually try to work on training the monkey to be more responsive to myself and maybe a few simple commands.
We lost Patty completely. Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
We'll see everyone in a few minutes.
We'll go check that. I'll go check that out.
All right, thank you. Welcome back. Vieja Escuela Pulp.
Yes.
We've restored the internet to Alaska. We are heroes.
Indeed.
All right. What's up?
Okay, we before we went, I think you said, Andrew, you rolled like a 14 on the search around check.
Yes, I was trying to find anything that was similar to the device we discovered back at the museum.
Okay, and Jonathan, I don't remember if you were doing a quick
I was looking
alertness.
through papers.
Okay. As you're searching about and flipping through the various notebooks, there's like 15, 20 of these basically, I guess their ring binders were a thing back then, just stuffed full of paper, flipping through the pages to find some information. But I'll back up just a little bit. With the dead body, you had rolled it over, and as you kind of notice that blood soaking through the paper on the floor, you see that the person was writing out letters. The letters of D as in David, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy. And again, it's really poorly written, so it's kind of hard to tell, but you can sort of make out. So the first D-O-N, and then B as in Bob, A as in Apple, D as in David. And then they apparently died like mid-writing as the smear just sort of like scrawls off at an angle.
Castle Arg.
Arg, yes, exactly.
So D-O-N, is there smudges that might imply he was trying to write don't after the D-O-N?
It just sort of like blends into the B-A-D.
Oh, it's B-A-D as in dog?
B-A-D, yeah, as in dog.
Oh.
Like,
Yes.
So
like-
Don Bad.
Don Bad. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
This probably doesn't. This Don Bad doesn't. Probably doesn't. Right, I'm not familiar with this as a name or anything.
We can check on that with a lore momentarily. Yeah. But as you are flipping through those folders and notebooks, you find basically a schematic, a scientific drawing of the little tube device.
Oh, okay. Any mention of monkeys?
It says Simian control system beta, or whatever an early iteration would be.
Mark II?
Alpha.
Yeah, like Mark 1, Mark 2. Yeah.
Okay.
What does it? Does it say what the device does?
The notes indicate that he was trying to use it to communicate with monkeys, not control, but to be able to like communicate with them.
And while I'm perusing, do I see any maybe names or initials or anything like Don Bad? You know, because I can peruse quickly through books. It's in a book.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you scramble around and you're looking through things, you find like under a bunch of the papers a letter that was, the envelope was torn open, and obviously the letter was written or maybe written, read, and then slipped back in there. As you pull it out and you like open it up, it is a letter from somebody. And it says, Doctor, we know of your research, and we have a financial what's the word I'm looking for? A financial supporter who may be interested in your research and willing to pay you handsomely for your discoveries so far.
And it's not signed.
It has, let me back up here. It has some initials written on it. The initials KM are written on it.
AM.
Is there any indication that that device can be recalibrated to just be able to communicate with the monkeys and not control?
The notes are all about like wanting to just communicate with monkeys.
Not necessarily how to calibrate the device.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
He's
I
like,
think, I think the original intent of this device was just to communicate with the monkeys.
To control them.
Right.
The monkey control.
So,
No. It said just to communicate, right? Not control.
right. And there's no instructions on how to get that device to do that. Because if we could plug it in and talk to this monkey,
It's
that
all very,
might be helpful.
yeah, the technical notes are all very scientific jargon, unless you have some sort of scientific like education.
Mm.
I do have.
So much Latin or even Greek.
Would that be a lore? Would I know anything about scientific stuff in my travels?
Have you been to college?
Yeah. I do have a +1 in my intelligence.
Yeah, lore is, understanding dead languages, hieroglyphics, and historical facts.
Yeah.
You
if
may
not
be able to. Yeah,
that,
you may be able to read through that. Yeah.
I just want to discern, like my main goal right now is, based on all these notes and everything, if I were to put this device back on the monkey, would it talk to us or will it run away? I'm trying to discern what the monkey would do if we put it back in.
There's no way to know for sure based on what you can read and whatnot in the notes.
Well, maybe we should tie up the monkey even better and plug it in and see if we can communicate.
Okay.
Because maybe these monkeys are doing it because they were told to do it, not because they were controlled.
In this lab, are there any cages?
No cages here. No.
Well, why don't we just secure the monkey onto like a chair or something?
Securing the monkeys.
Yeah.
Well, is there a bathroom?
Yeah, there's a privy. Yeah, you can definitely.
Why
go.
don't we use the bathroom? I think tying him up more would lose trust. I don't want him to make him frightened. I don't want to make him more frightened of us. I want him to learn to trust us more.
Reasonable.
That's
That
reasonable,
is
Maria.
that's a good idea.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, okay. Let's all
Fine.
go in the bathroom. And close the door.
Yeah, let's close the door and see what happens.
And I will,
I will still keep my weapon with me, just in case.
sure.
Well, I mean, we can keep the leash on him too, and
But I will holster it.
I will
keep a hand on the device. You could just yank it right back out.
I will be the
Like-
person holding the door closed.
Yeah.
Flashbacks of poor Rusty last night. As you're holding that device in your hand, and it's kind of relatively small, and it's got 3 prongs that poke out of the bottom.
I'm sorry, who's putting it in?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Okay, and when you the monkey is really not having it as you try and clear his hair out of the way, so you can get at the hole.
I will.
But
Can I ask Maria to calm him down as I'm in back of him?
Yeah, I was just going to suggest that I try to.
Yeah, maybe Maria can try to
him
calm him
and-
down as I slowly try to press it in.
Soothe
Okay,
him with food, maybe?
Yeah, give him a piece of food.
yeah, and as you get a good look at it, Mr. Davis, you notice again those 3 little prong holes are part of the wound in the monkey's head. And you have a 1 in 3 chance of inserting it correctly, considering how you could rotate it and plug it in 3 different ways because of the way the prongs are designed.
Oh,
Well,
could this
well,
potentially kill
Well,
Bubbles.
Well,
I won't have
Are the prongs on my device color coded in any way?
No, not at all.
So there's no way to know for sure.
Yeah, the markings, like I would say maybe there's like an arrow at the front of the device that lines up with one of the prongs, just to give you a little.
Yeah, like if it's like it's like a AAA battery, it has the minus and the plus.
Yeah.
like can I
I think she's telling you that it's old school electronics where they just assume you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna try to line up the arrow with the arrow.
So basically, yeah, the wound in his head forms a triangle. There's like a point at the front and two towards the rear of the monkey's head. And the device you are holding has 3 prongs, but on the outer edge where the S's are stamped in, there is like a small arrow another like arrow pointing down, but it lines up with one of the prongs.
Interesting. So maybe that one goes front.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's towards the face.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Yeah, it'll be.
You better not kill him.
Oh my God.
What?
Sorry. What was that?
If we get it wrong, we might kill him.
No.
Just saying
No,
you better not.
Since the monkey is a little struggling, he is kind of at peace. He is calmed a little bit, but give me a quick manipulation to maneuver that like small device and get the plug lined up correctly.
Okay.
On your first try, so to speak.
Do I get a little bit of help from Maria from this?
I'll say no.
Okay.
It's just a straight check. Yeah. Looking for
That is a 10.
a 10. So you think you got it lined up and you like go to push it, but you feel a little resistance and the monkey's like, and his hands flail up really quick and kind of swat at your hand as you just miss getting the holes aligned and just kind of stab him in his head.
Okay.
Poor thing's got a sore spot.
I say, just calm him down. Let me.
Maybe
I almost got it.
maybe
I almost
should
got
wait till it heals a little bit.
it. Sorry.
What?
Was that?
Maybe we should wait till that wound heals just a slightly.
No, that can make it
What if
harder.
we used some first aid on it so it wasn't quite so tender?
Do you have a first aid?
I do have a first aid kit.
Okay. Yeah, try it.
We've got like a numbing agent. How about that?
Okay, so I can go ahead and try to, I'll feed him with one hand and kind of apply that with the other.
Okay. Go ahead and try your manipulation again, Andrew, to get it in there.
Okay.
This time you're a little more weary, a little more.
That was better. I got 15 on the die. So
Okay.
and so 16, and I think I plus another +1, so 17.
You kind of like socket it in there to his head a little bit, and the monkey's eyes blink rapidly for a moment, and his head kind of swivels around and reaches up and pats at that. He tries to reach up and pat at it, and
Bubbles?
he's just sitting there looking at you. Yeah, he's much calmer though.
Bubbles? You hear me, Bubbles?
And like any monkey, he's just kind of like he reacts to your voice, but you don't know if it's because he.
I am so sorry.
And then I'm going to roll a D100. If someone can give me a high or low call for that.
High.
High? Okay. Oh, I rolled an 8. As you do that, and you're trying to talk to him, you see the little device on his head. There's like a little spark. And then the monkey freaks the fuck out. And he like starts like scrambling around, tries to break loose with an obvious intent of like going out the window.
Pull the device.
Oh no. I'll block the window with my body. Get the device out.
All right, I'll grab the monkey and I'll hold him still.
Yeah.
Get it out. Get it.
Yeah, I'll try to pull it out. Someone else try to grab him.
I'll grab
him
him.
near the door. I'm still holding the door closed.
Yeah, I'll grab him since I'm not doing the window or the door. I'll grab.
All right.
And you quickly pinch that device out of his head, and as you do that, he's like, he kind of like, you see his eyes roll back a little bit, and then he collapses unconscious. He's still breathing,
no!
but he's out cold.
Oh, poor Bubbles. Okay, no more of that. We're not doing that again.
And
Maybe we could get like some laudanum. What is that stuff called? The pain medication they had back then.
Laudanum?
Yeah,
Opium?
something.
Why do you want to drug him?
Just a
The,
little
uh,
teeny bit to make him more calm.
I submit that we do not know whether pain is his problem.
Right, we don't. I was just
Um,
thinking it will calm him a little.
I
Maybe.
think that the problem is that there was some sort of electrical device hooked to his brain.
Exactly.
Well, of
And
course.
whatever it is supposed to do, it seems to not be working correctly.
Like this device might be broken.
Or it may be if the entire purpose of the device is to act as a homing beacon and make him escape us and go where the other monkeys went. In that case, maybe it is working correctly, but that is of no use to us.
Unless we do the whole follow him thing.
but he is going to be very fast.
Well, we will have him
Let's-
tethered.
Let's exhaust other avenues to find out. Let's follow other leads first, please.
Let's treat jamming things into the monkey's head again as a last resort.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Poor
I guess
monkey.
all we can do is just search.
Poor
Lap
Bubbles.
some
I'm
more.
gonna. Can I try to look for something to wrap him in, like a little blanket or something? A
The,
sheet, maybe a lab coat.
Let me see. Jonathan, give me a lore check. And let's see. Maybe Maria also give me a lore check.
That would be a flat 12 because I
Flat
don't have
12. Okay.
18?
18. Okay. And then also everybody do a quick alertness check as well. And then I'll resolve your
12?
That would be 7.
18 for me.
all right. You're as you kind of retreat back into the office area and are searching around. Maria and Jonathan, you'll both have something to give. Let me think out loud real quick. Let me back up here. Where am I in my notes? As Jonathan, as you're like thinking about it and just kind of like the letters DONBA and then like this scrawl that looks like a D, you're kind of thinking about it a little bit, and your mind, like looking at it, you're like, with the way that the mark like went up, around and down, and then like scrawled off to the side, you're like, that could be an N and not a D. And the only person you can think of is another crime boss named Don Banditus. That might fit what is written on the floor.
And because Squeaky, even though I think he's a little far-fetched, he did mention a crime lord, so maybe there is some type of connection.
Those characters have their fingers in everything.
They
And,
do, and who would profit from having this sculpture or getting the money for this sculpture?
Anybody?
And
Anybody, yes.
Well, anybody, but it's,
Generally, anybody profits from selling a valuable item.
Yes.
well, this is true, but perhaps they want it for a different reason,
That is
especially
also
if they're
possible.
controlling monkeys to do it, and it's a monkey sculpture.
We do, in fact, have a technological attempt to control monkeys, as well as an ancient magical sculpture that is said to control monkeys. So
Correct.
somebody's very into monkey armies.
That's what it sounds like. Poor
we know-
things.
Which, anybody acquiring a large amount of monkeys should be able to. We should be able to find out something. I mean, because where did the monkeys come from?
Maybe
shipping
customs?
yard, or there's got to be some clues somewhere.
Do we know where this Don might have his hideout or anything like that?
Yeah, would I know where he would be found, or his area?
Yep, we can get to that in a moment. We'll revisit that shortly. Maria, as you're contemplating the letter and the initials that are on it and the stationery that it is written on, and it comes to mind that you recognize the paper itself, and but you're not quite sure about the initials that are on it, but you know that you've gotten letters from Vito Salvatore. You've seen them in and around the office of you said you're married? Did you say that earlier?
Yeah.
So yeah, your spouse has kind of like out of the corner of your eyes, you're talking to him. You notice some letters on his desk from the same parchment paper, signed Vito Salvatore.
Oh.
And
So maybe I'll kind of mumble that out loud as I'm thinking about it.
And Jonathan, you know Vito Salvatore is Vito the Vulture. That's his real name is Vito Salvatore.
Vito the Vulture.
Does he have any connections to the Don?
If it comes up in conversation, you know that they are rivals around town, rival criminal gangs.
Right.
And we go back to the successful alertness checks. As you're like talking amongst yourselves and looking around, you hear the squeak of brakes outside.
Sir, incoming.
Yes. Get to the windows. Yeah, we're gonna huddle up against the windows. and I'll try to peek outside.
Yeah, so will I.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step back away from the windows, but I will pull out my gun.
As you peer out the windows, you recognize that it is the car that was following you before, like a black sedan, but now there are two of them parked out front.
Why were they following us if they already knew where we were going? It's possible they don't know we're here.
That's true.
And we fit out the bathroom window.
Or
But they recognize your car.
They're going to recognize your car that's also parked out.
Very fancy.
That doesn't mean we can't get out the bathroom window still.
That's true.
Is it big enough?
Yeah, is it a port window or is it an actual?
It's a relatively small window, but as you're like discussing that, you hear a voice, a deep voice. It's like, "Hey, you guys in there? Vito would like to talk to you."
Well,
May I say Vito who?
Like, you must not be around these parts.
Very much not, sir. I will certainly announce you to my master if you tell me who it is that wishes to speak with him.
Like, good Lord. Men, stand down, no shooting. The boss wants to speak to these people. See what they know what's going on with Don Banditas. Yeah, this is, I'm Knuckles Malone, and I'm here on behalf of Vito Salvatore.
And I say, hey guys, this is our lead. You know, this could mean something. We should do this.
I will open the door.
I very much agree. I think that he has some sort of connection with my husband. I do believe we'll be all right.
I will open the door, sort of look at them over the rifle and say, pleased to meet you.
Hey, we don't need any of that business here. We don't want to draw the cops in on this business.
Yeah, I say, Charles, stand down. Charles, stand down.
Very good, sir.
It's like, all right, we'll speak to this man. Where would you like to go?
He notices like the limp monkey that you're carrying, and he like kind of squints a little bit. It's like, I think I know why you're here, but what brings you Snoop sniffing around? this particular place. Good driving, losing us earlier.
We're trying to find this statue, this artifact, and it led us here.
Believe it or not, it was stolen by a horde of modified monkeys.
Yes.
Yes, and this poor deer is a victim of the whole thing.
You may have seen these monkeys running through the city earlier. We found the logo of the doctor who works here on the devices that were jammed into their skulls.
And we think sorry, did this guy say he works for the Don?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't give this guy so much information. Maybe we should hold it back and talk to the Vito himself.
Well,
Yeah,
my
Knuckles
thinking
Malone.
is- my thinking is this guy already knows what's going on, and so if we just tell him what series of things led us to this building, then it might be safer than lying.
He might just be making sure.
That's fair.
he might
I
just
think
be
that's
making sure we're not working for the cops.
right. We're not.
Yeah, I think he knows more than we do.
And I think at that point, Andrew will straight up say, I think the Don has a hand in this. So why would he want to talk to us?
Right, the Don, huh? Well, as you might know, and he looks over at Miss Petrov. It's like, as you might know, Vito and the Don are rivals. Your husband has picked sides, and he's revealing more information than he probably should to you. That your husband has picked sides in our rivalry, and so yeah, Ms. Petrov, if you and your compatriots here would come along with this, Vito does want to have word with you.
Can I clarify something real quick?
Yeah, please. I'm confusing myself.
The not the parchment, but
The blood?
the
Is that what you're thinking about?
which paper was I recognizing?
The one from
that was
Vito.
the Dawn, or the one that was from Vito?
The letter that was like voicing an interest in the research with the initials KM on there, Knuckles Malone's initials.
Oh.
So my husband has connections with Vito, not the Dawn, correct?
Yeah.
But not Dawn. Yeah, Dawn.
Not
Okay. I wanted to make sure I had that straight in my head before we continued forward. All right.
All right. Yeah, I say we just go, but of course.
Yes. I do believe we'll be just fine.
All right, y'all come with me. Follow in your car. In fact, as I pull out, follow behind, and my friend back in the other car will make sure to box you in so you don't make a run for it again. No double crossing.
I say, yes, let's just follow them, Charles.
Yes, sir.
All right, as you're like approaching the cars, Knuckles is like, I know he wants to talk to you, but you think you got what it takes to talk to the boss?
Well, what does it take besides a mouth and one working ear?
It might take just a little bit of class, dear.
Oh, I can fake that.
And and Andrew says, I've talked to many bosses in my travels. I think I can handle that.
I just know he ain't exactly the chatty type, so be short and succinct with when you answer his questions.
In my experience, people who think that it's a privilege to speak with them are actually the easiest people to deal with.
Yeah.
Right.
agree.
Well, follow me, and you proceed to drive off. Any conversations y'all want to have in the car is on your way over? You got a moment?
Let's get our story straight first. What are we gonna ask this guy? Are we gonna reveal everything? Give him, lay it all out on the table, or are we gonna keep some parts to ourselves?
If I understand correctly, Mrs. Petrov has connections with this person already, so perhaps it is best
No.
to simply lean into existing good relations.
Yes, and to be fair, it would be my husband, so I will have to play that up a bit. But
By association, yes.
I am sure I'm up to the task.
Yes. And,
I have the habit of reading what is on my husband's desk.
Fair enough.
He thinks I am a blonde-headed idiot, but I am not.
and I'm sorry, when you talk to wait, are we seeing the Don or the Vulture?
Seeing the Vulture.
We're seeing the Vulture. Okay. All right, never mind. Go ahead.
Hey, Joker's rating with party of 2. Thank you,
Hey,
Joker.
thanks, Joker.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome
Hello.
all 2 of you. Clown Squad.
I'll leave it to you, Maria.
I'll do my best.
I shall stand in the background and look dignified.
the cars lead you across town, and they come to like a walled, a gated community, so to speak. You think, oh, a gated community, but as the gates open and you drive through, it's a long, curving driveway to a single house, a large house. Off to the side, you see a pool, and there's a small, like, guest house, pool house. But they pull up to the front door, and escort you inside, and come to a door, and you hear a gruff voice from the other side. It's like, "Come in."
Okay.
And Knuckles escorts you in. Sitting behind the desk is a stout man with a prominent nose, wearing a sharp suit. His slick back hairdo and prominent scowl give off an aura of intimidation and ruthlessness. He kind of has a vulture-y look about him. It's like, these are the ones been poking around in the business. Please have a seat.
I have.
Out of character, this guy hears things fast. Like, we've literally been to 2 places, the police station and the lab. And they were already on us before we got to the lab.
And it's his last name is Sabatori, right?
Yes, Salvatore.
Why, Mr. Sabatori, it is a pleasure to finally meet you. And I walk up and I kind of stick out my hand for him. I understand you have business arrangements with my husband.
Yeah, and that's that's really the only reason why you mooks are alive still.
Well,
But if you are poking your head into this business, you got guts. I'll give that to you. But you are playing a dangerous game, my friends.
and what game would that be?
Now, let me just tell you straight up. We've been keeping an eye on Dr. Soloway's lab. He was recently raided, and there were too many of them for my men to do anything about. And damn it, if the Don himself isn't involved. I can't move on him myself, or it would lead to all-out war on the streets. You guys up to taking steps against him on my behalf?
What's
Yes, exactly.
Well, what's
Will
in it
this
for you, huh?
ensure that these business arrangements between my husband and yourself will solidify?
Well, yeah, your business, or my business with your husband is ours, but, and Miss Petrov, I appreciate again your honesty here. But what it means to you is you'll be protected in this town. Your names will be added to the list. You can get into any club that I own or any of my partners own. There may be payment if you can deliver some information to me. And, well, and quite frankly, Knuckles here is itching to punch somebody. So if you don't cooperate, I can't guarantee what he won't do to you.
Well, and I'm going to look back at my fellows, see if they are with me.
I say, well, this is all in good for Miss Petrov. She seems to be getting a good deal out of this.
I assure you, my friends, a good deal for me is a good deal for you.
I'm willing to cooperate with this.
Yeah, I think I trust her word, and I think yes, I think we can make an arrangement.
I think the biggest thing on probably Miss Petrov's mind here is that we can make sure these monkeys are safe and not hurt in any way. So,
Agreed.
if this could lead us to that conclusion, then of course I'll help.
Right. Well, I appreciate you all. Just if you get caught by Banditus's men, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Can you provide us with some help?
He picks a piece of paper up, nondescript notepad, writes something on it, slides it across the desk, and if you pick it up to read it, it's an address.
Okay.
Ah, more driving. A thing that I do.
Can you at least give us maybe a weapon to help us?
Weapon?
Yes, a weapon.
Well, I can arm you with better equipment. I don't know. You guys look like you're packing already.
Well, I was thinking more in case of Miss Petrov or Jonathan. I'm not sure if they're.
Well, all I'm carrying is a 22, so I would appreciate something a little heavier if we're going to be going up against
some gangs, yeah.
Some gangs. Yes.
I do have a machine gun, but I only have one.
I have a
There's
rifle.
sorry.
I'm good with it.
I've got a shotgun and a pistol myself, but I just have this leather jacket for protection.
There's
My
a
husband doesn't want me full of holes.
That's also a concern, as I don't have anything to protect me from attack.
I have a vest, so I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good with weapons and armor myself.
So if we can at least give Jonathan and Miss Petrov something, that would be helpful.
Yeah, armor or a better weapon.
There's like a small golden statue on his desk of a like Caesar, I would think. And he reaches up and he kind of flips it, and it like opens up at the neck on a hinge, and he presses a button. Exactly. You see where the trope is, and you hear this bang, this like loud buzzing sound, and you hear this click, and this like door swings open, and behind it is a small arsenal.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
It's like, have your pick. I got plenty more in a warehouse nearby. He says there's like there's like 3 Tommy guns, a few handguns, and some additional like bulletproof vests.
Okay, so I will take a vest. What will that do for me?
That'll give you a +2.
+2 to my defense.
To your defense.
Your defense. Mm-hmm.
Can I wear that under my leather coat, or is it either or?
Yeah,
That's what
we talked about that earlier. Yeah, Andrew and I.
Yeah.
And you said a Tommy
Alan.
gun?
Yeah.
There are 3 Tommy guns and a couple of big handguns.
Yeah.
Okay, what would
me
the Tommy gun damage be?
I think we ran into that last time.
Or the larger handgun, whichever's easiest.
1 second here. Charts.
My machine gun is 1d6.
Equipment.
Yeah, I think a Tommy gun would probably count as a machine gun mechanically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a submachine gun, so it does. You can rate a fire twice per round, and it does a 1d6 of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take a Tommy gun then, and fill my pockets up with extra ammo, clips or whatever.
I'll take a Tommy gun too.
The pistols are 45s. They've got a rate fire of 1, but they do a d8 of damage.
You know what? I will take a pistol if there's enough.
Yeah, there's a handful basically sitting there on the rack.
I'll take 1 pistol too, just in case.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, how about an upgrade to 45?
Yeah, I will
I'll
switch
put my
out
22 in my backpack.
I'll put my 22 in your backpack as well.
Thanks.
And pick up the 45. And the 45 is a 1d8.
Is a D8.
1d8. Okay. Just
Oh, I think I forgot to address this earlier. Charles, are you all right? By the way, I know you took a little bit of a stumble at the beginning of this.
Oh yes, I simply got clawed in the neck by a monkey.
So, how do you heal in this game?
Oh yeah, I do have that first aid kit.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, first aid kit can recover 1d4 HP.
Well, I'm only down 1, so I'll just, if you want to treat me, I'll just take it back.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, was it last time we decided? I can't remember if we decided that was a one use or.
because I also have a first aid kit.
Yeah, it's one-time use.
Yeah, one-time use, basically like a
Okay.
healing potion in that respect.
Does,
All right.
But you can have multiple first aid kits. So
Oh, gotcha. Is there any around in this arsenal here? Is there?
Are there any around in this arsenal? Or is it just...
with that, Knuckles comes in, moves from where he's been standing with his arms crossed in the back of the room, and there's like in the wall there are like several drawer pulls, and he like pulls one out, and he like reaches in and like tosses 4 first aid kits out, 1 to each of you.
Oh, nice.
I'll take one.
Yeah, I'll use one and
Yeah.
not write it down because I'm using it.
Okay.
Those come in handy. Me and the boys have had to patch each other up so many times.
So, what exactly are we walking into? Could you give us any insight on what to expect at this address?
It's just a large warehouse that we know that the Dawn has been doing a lot of business out of lately.
Okay.
Um,
And do you want us to kill him or deliver a message?
Give me a quick communication check to see if he's like telling you everything that he knows. And he's like, whatever you do on the inside, that's your business. Again, leave my name out of it if you're captured or the cops turn up.
And I can do advantage on that. So
I got an 18 already on it.
I got a 13
On the communication.
14. I got a 14 on communication. If I need to roll again, I can.
I did not roll good on that, so.
You realize he's holding something back about the place.
While they're still at the arsenal gearing up, can I sort of approach the Don's desk and say, "It's a pleasure to meet you, sir, and I simply have to ask, in light of my responsibility to keep my employer safe, is there any further information that you could share that might either help us complete our task or protect us from harm?"
Roll a comm on that for me, Mr. Dawes.
I'm going to spend my lucky on it.
Okay.
It was an 11. Well, it was a
Is that
12.
bad?
I'm gonna.
I'll say that's sufficient. Yeah, don't burn any extra points or anything.
Okay.
He kind of like, he looks at you, looks over at Mr. Davis. He's like, you know what? I understand. I used to work for my boss at one point. My old boss, God rest his soul. So I understand. It's like, well, all I can tell you is I know there's some guard dogs in that place. And my men report, this is the important part, right? Y'all are looking for monkeys. Apparently a gaggle of monkeys came charging back to the place recently. I hear word that they were involved in a robbery this morning.
Yes, that is one of the mysteries we were attempting to solve. Thank you very much, sir.
Now we know where they went, and we don't have to use poor Bubbles.
No.
Which, by the way, I would like to drop him off at my apartment then.
Yeah.
My penthouse, rather.
Absolutely.
That's
on the way.
Your
With
husband's
my-
home,
with
there's
my
just a
house
monkey running
staff.
around.
Well, they have a little place in the back for animals.
Yeah, he goes out on the balcony. There's just a monkey unconscious.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have to like drive out of town to get to like to the industrial area. So yeah, you'd totally have an opportunity to stop at your place on the way
We
by.
should probably stop off at the butcher and get some steaks.
Yeah, and drug it.
I agree. Is there any let me think.
Drugged hamburger.
We're just in the underworld. I was gonna say, can I get some poison for those steaks?
No,
No.
we don't need poison.
No.
This is.
But then I was thinking my character wouldn't want to poison them.
This is before
Right.
controls on pharmacies. Like, we can probably just legally buy something that will knock the dogs out.
Yeah.
Put it in some.
Right.
The dogs must sleep, not kill them, guys.
Yeah.
No, like a sleeping agent.
Yeah, we're not
or
trying to kill the dogs. Nobody wants to kill the dogs.
No.
no, we just
Yeah,
want to put them.
Easy enough. We'll just kind of say you get that on the way. But as you go into the butcher, are you gonna go to one that you know, Maria?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. As you step in, the guy's like, "Hey, Ms. Petrov, it's good to see you. Come on over. What can I help you with?" As my accent slowly kicks in.
I think that was Jonathan that was going to the butcher. Miss Petrov doesn't buy her own meat.
Okay, well, Jonathan, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, Jonathan, what can I do with you? Oh, I see you're traveling with a better breed of individuals. He looks over at Maria.
Yeah.
Yes, we are gonna have a quite.
I go ahead and smile and wink at him.
We're gonna have quite the cookout, so I need the best steaks, the biggest steaks you can provide, please.
Oh, yes, right. I'm going to slip into a French butcher. Yes, right here we've got some fine steaks. He's got a big slab of meat there, and he's like, Bob, throw that on the cutting board so I can slice off some fresh ones for this fine young lady and her friends.
And I will, I'll say, how many do you think we need? How many guests do you think we're going to be feeding them?
Probably. He didn't tell me, did he? He just said some dogs.
No. Yeah.
I would think 6 to be safe. I doubt there will be more than 4, but what do I know?
So I'm going to say, just to be safe, just to make sure everybody is full, I need 6 of those steaks, please.
Yes, if they're large steaks and we need more, we can always cut them in half and put some garnish on the side.
Fair enough, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry, money's no trouble, so make sure it's the finest.
He slaps, he's like, the finest. He slaps each steak in its own little, like, brown craft paper wrap, and then he takes the bundle and wraps it in that and runs some twine around the whole thing, and he's like, that's pretty good set of there. And he, like, hands over this big bundle of steaks. Charges you the appropriate price, yeah.
Okay, good.
So with that, we should be ready.
Yep.
We're going to drop off the monkey, get the steaks, get the meds, and I think we should be all right.
Cat, get off of that. Get off of there. Okay. All right,
Well,
there we go.
Relatively all right. I don't know how I feel about, going head to head with a crime boss or a crime family, but,
Oh, it should be fun. I've never done this before.
What specifically did Vito ask us to do for him?
Take down the
Just
the
take
warehouse.
down the warehouse?
Yeah, take down the
Yeah,
warehouse.
just hit the warehouse and shut it down. Yeah.
Okay.
So my question is, as you're rolling up to the warehouse, you're gonna park. Where are you gonna park?
That's a pretty obvious
Wait.
car you have,
yeah,
Mr.
I
Dave.
think we park around the corner behind the warehouse. Like, we go behind the warehouse and then we go one more block and park.
Okay.
What if we took Jonathan's car because it's more
I was
noticeable?
just going to say, maybe we should pick up my car instead.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more modest.
Yeah, sure.
That's good.
Sure.
Okay. Switch cars. That'll work. So as you roll up and kind of like casually drive by to get a look at the place, there are tall, about 7-8 foot tall cinder block wall that surrounds the whole thing, except for the front where there's a large a steel gate that's closed. The
Well,
warehouse itself looms
I
large.
have a climbing kit.
You have a cutting kit?
Climbing.
Climbing,
Climbing
yeah.
kit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I climbed in the Badlands. Didn't I mention that?
Oh,
I also have a climbing kit.
I am quite impressed. I've also climbed so many mountains in my time, and it's always nice to meet
Jonathan and I met at a climbing club.
Yes, once in
Yeah.
South America, we found an entire land of dinosaurs on top of a mesa.
Yes.
Wow.
It's quite a day.
Wow.
Quite a day.
I should travel there one day.
I have my climbing kit in the back in the trunk as well.
I
So-
guess we're gonna climb over the wall then.
As you begin to climb up over the wall, and as you kind of like crest the wall and go to drop down into you're looking around, you don't see anything, but please roll an alertness check as you again are eyeballing the yard for any dangers.
Yeah. 'cause
Wow, I
wanna
rolled a 1.
plop down in there. Oof, I don't notice nothing.
Okay.
14.
I got a 3.
Mine was only a 7.
All right. As you kind of like you see no danger and you drop down into the yard, and as you start to make your way across, you're like looking, making sure no one's watching. But Charles, you hear this bing kind of sound, and then from around the building comes a swarm of what looks like large insects, and they're buzzing right toward you. Kind of flying in at you.
Huh.
Well, guns are not good against swarms of insects.
But you see that they're big. They're about a foot long, and as they loom closer and you squint at them, you notice that they're mechanical in some way.
Oh, mechanical insects.
So how many are in this swarm?
My gun will work.
There's in a swarm. It's difficult to count how many, but you can give me another alertness to
Yeah,
get
I
a good
just
perception on that.
like, am I going to run out of bullets if I shoot them all? You know.
Right. And the
That's a
question is-
15 on the die. Yeah, 15.
You see that there are at least 10 that you can make out in that swarm.
And the question is, do we want to give away our
I
location?
think we're already giving away.
Well, yes, that's true.
I'm just gonna open fire at these insects.
Here we are with a bag full of meat, like a bunch of morons, and they send robot insects instead of dogs.
Well, that might
Yeah.
still come in handy later.
I'm also gonna open fire.
Yeah, open fire on these robots.
Same. I'm to pull out have the Tommy gun. And...
All right,
Tommy
so
gun
each
time.
of you with a pistol, that is one shot per round, and
No, I'm using
We're-
a machine gun. Yeah.
I will actually switch to my rifle because it's 2d6.
And the four of you can choose what order you go in, since you're kind of. It says to like go in initial or like deck speed order.
Oh.
Well,
Mine's-
my dex is +1.
Mine is 0.
You're,
is
you
also-
okay? So you
Mine
guys
is
go in whatever order. You're going to go first because they are coming at you, so you can actually shoot them before they arrive.
So why don't we do it in how we're set up on the screen? Steve first.
Okay.
Yeah, we
that
can do
makes
it that
sense.
way. Works.
I will roll my attack
With the rifle, right?
with the rifle. Now I'm spinning my lucky. You can't stop me this time. That is 13 on that one and 6 on that one. So 13 to hit.
They have, just to keep it nice and easy, they have a defense of 12, so anything 12 and over will make contact.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
2d6 damage. Double sixes. 12 damage.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
you blast one out of the sky, just shatters in the sky, and as it blows up, the ones swarming around it kind of like lean away from it to avoid the shrapnel and come back together as a group and are zooming towards you still.
All right. I'll fire right after him, and I say, amazing shot, Charles.
Thank you, sir.
As always. So I take 2 shots. First one is going to be plus my attack, right? So 15 on the first shot, and 15 on the second shot. So
Okay.
2 hits, and it's 1d6 with a submachine gun. 2, 5, so 7 damage.
one goes down and like it explodes like the other, but the other's like, and you hit it, it drops to the ground and it starts crawling at you on its tiny little.
This is
funky
just like
legs.
when we fought those buffaloes in Africa.
That doesn't make any sense, sir.
Those flying buffaloes.
Okay, so I get to fire twice with the Tommy gun.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll roll that twice.
I almost like to pretend that we're that.
18 for the
Pilot.
first shot,
Yeah.
That is a hit, yeah.
15 for the second, and then hit for 3, and another hit for 3. Or no, I only can roll that once, right? Oh no, that's 2 shots.
You roll it
Yeah,
twice.
she
Yeah,
does
you,
2 shots.
two damages. I'm going to say that one of your shots hits the one that Mr. Davis had hit initially, taking it completely out. And then it hits another one, and it kind of like you shoot off its wings, and it drops to the ground and starts skittering forward too. And
Okay. So let's see. 15 for my first. I'm using the Tommy gun. And then, ooh, I got a 20. A natural
Nice.
20. So 21
nice.
on the second one.
Are there criticals on this one?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
a crit hit on that second. So
What
So,
do you get when you get a
6
crit?
damage.
roll your
Max
first. Yeah, you get max damage, but yeah, roll your first shot damage, and then. So you'll
That's
get
a
max.
4
Okay,
on the first.
finishing off one of the partially hit ones. Okay. You say you hit one of the ones that's on the 2 on the ground are now gone. Poosh poosh.
Okay.
And your max damage. Go ahead and roll the dice and give me what you rolled.
I got 4.
4, and we'll add that to your max damage, which is 8, so 12. And since it is basically like with a Tommy gun, it's more like a do real quick, and they're not real accurate. But you hit one on the ground, you kind of spray a few more bullets, and hit 2 more out of the sky.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice.
Sweet.
Are there still some left?
There are 4 left, but as you're like looking around, you hear the buzz coming from around the other side of the building.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
As
Oh,
more
no.
are entering
And
the
I
fray.
say, Charles, start running in that direction of the first swarm, and let's try to get into the building.
Yes, sir. Off we go.
So I guess Charles you're gonna try to run forward and shoot at
I'm
the same
running
time?
where they came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of the first swarm. Yeah, because there's a new swarm coming around the other side, right?
Yes. So
So we're gonna
the
run
first
towards-
swarm.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
run towards the first swarm where they came out.
The first swarm comes down on you. There are only 4 left.
Okay.
So each one is going to try and hit each of you in turn.
Okay.
Let's see. That is not a great attack bonus. So Dawes, one swoops down at you. As you like race closer, you notice that each one of them has like a long spike poking out of the front. As it tries to dive and stab you and misses, and then like spins back up into the air. Davis, oh, that's in that 20.
Yep, yep. It's bound to happen.
Don't know how many hit points you have.
I have 6.
You have 6. That thing plunges right into you, doing basically 6 points of damage. So you kind of like stagger forward and kind of crash to the ground.
Mr. Davis.
In this game, if you get max hit, you die instantly.
No, you drop, and if you aren't saved, let me have that written here. When a player reaches 0 hit points, they are incapacitated and cannot act. If their hit points do not recover from 0, above 0 within 10 rounds, so you've got like a minute for someone to help you out.
We've got enough first aid kits to make that happen.
You're
I use mine on myself, and I'm cursing myself for it.
Yeah. I fall to the floor. I'm like, Charles, it got me.
Mr. Davis. When my turn comes, I'll bend down and use your first aid kit on you.
Okay.
The third one swoops down at Ms. Petrov. You, seeing what happened to Mr. Davis, you duck just in time, and I rolled a 1. So this one like crashes into the ground and explodes into two little bitty pieces, leaving 3 left. 1 is kind of stuck in Mr. Davis, kind of ring as its wings bat about. And the final one is going to hit you, Jonathan, for 2 points of damage. It's a swooping, it's kind of a swooping attack and just kind of like cuts you on the way past.
Yeah.
Bringing us back to the top of the round.
Okay, so Andrew's the only one who's down, right?
Yes. And there are more swarming towards you, but it's going to be a moment before they get there.
Excuse me, the first aid kit does 1d4 healing.
Yep.
It does.
I will use up your first aid kit that you brought on you for 2 points.
You like yank that thing out. You're able to like stop the bleeding, and
You got 2 points back.
Okay.
All right, well, that's my turn, right?
yes. Yeah. You kind of get 2 actions, so your action would be like moving to him, plucking the thing out, and doing so.
Okay, so I'm still on the floor. He brings me back, and I kind of stumble back to my feet. I'm gonna try to take out the last few robots that are around us.
Okay. There are 3 nearby, so yeah, go ahead and pop off the 1 shot.
Okay. First one was 8. I miss.
Yeah, your bullets kind of fly. Pew, pew, pew.
Second one.
Again.
This one was 11.
What was their defense is 12, so you kind of like sit up and you're like, oh,
I'm recovering from the shot, from the stab.
Yeah, the kick of the Tommy gun like makes you wince.
Okay. So I'm running up there and I'm gonna make my 2 shots. Oh my, that missed. Oh no, I rolled 2 5s, another 2 misses.
Oh, it happens.
I told you it was about time for me to have a bad roll streak.
Bullets flying. You guys are on the move.
My guns, my first one was a 20, so that's 21 again.
Oh shit.
And then wow. The second one was 16.
Okay.
Patty's getting all
So I don't know why. 1d6. So the first one I got 2, or no, I guess 2 plus 6, 8.
And again, you're using the machine gun, right?
Right.
That's a D8 for damage.
Oh,
yeah.
is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, wait, no. The machine gun is a D6.
It's a D6. I'm sorry. The pistols are a D8 if you're using a big pistol. My bad.
1d6. What did I say? I had 5 damage
You blow another one out of the sky.
because I critted, so that got that one, and the second one was a 3.
A 3. You finish off the group that was initially coming at you. The other swarm is coming around. It's going to be just a moment before you get there. You guys arrive at the door to the warehouse, and it is locked.
I attempt. Well, I'm kind of injured, and I say, Charles, kick the door down.
Kick.
How much health? I'm sorry. How much health do you have right now?
I only have 2.
Okay, so before we go in, I'm going to heal you again.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Is that allowed? Double.
Yeah. Well, you 1 action to get to the door, a 2nd action to do the healing on him, leaving everyone else with another action. Charles being able to kick it in, and whoever's not applying health. Yeah. So anyway, Charles, just a straight strength check. It looks like
No, I got an 8.
you got an 8. You solidly plant a kick. It's like, and the door, like you hear it crack, but it doesn't give all the way.
Kick it again. Oh, God. Even worse. 4.
And I say, well,
Here, I'll say move, and I'll shoot. I'll just shoot the door with the shotgun. Yeah, with my shotgun.
My ear.
with a shotgun, dang.
Bam! I'll shoot the door now.
I was gonna say, no need to roll on that. Easy attack, just boosh, you blow the door wide open.
I loosened it.
That swarm is coming around the building. It's almost on top of you, and like you see a guy leap up onto the top of the wall, dressed in a really outrageous, multicolored costume, primary colors in red and blue and yellows, and he's like, "I am Captain Justice, and I'm here to say," and the swarm just barrels down and save the day as he falls over, and the swarm disappears over the wall behind him. Yeah.
What the fuck, sir?
Yeah.
As you disappear into the building.
I didn't. I'm sorry, Charles. I don't understand what that was.
Was anybody?
That wasn't technically the NPC coming to save the day. That was always written in there.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
Did we go check on that fellow?
No. We should
No,
start here first.
you hear a voice. "Oh, Mr. Justice, no!" You know, it's like a teenage kid's voice.
I'm sorry, Patty. What was the result of the heal?
3.
Okay. So I'm at 5 now.
You're close to full, yeah?
Yeah.
So technically, yeah, you were only supposed to face 10 drones. The other 10 were
For Captain Justice.
for Captain Justice.
Well, I hope he defeats them.
So what do we see
yes.
inside the warehouse?
The space is dimly lit with narrow aisles, narrow hallways. There are some crates stacked here and there along the walls. Shadows dancing ominously in the corners as the clouds move through. But you hear woof, 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 and the rattle of toenails on the concrete as these dogs round the corner about 100 feet away.
Take time.
Heard that meat, Charles.
We're just unwrapping as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Throw him.
Hopefully these aren't robot dogs.
I hope.
Just to make it interesting, whoever's trying to get those stakes out, give me a manipulation check as you tear away at the. I assume maybe one of you are.
My manipulation is +1.
Mine is 0.
I have +1 manipulation.
Huh?
I don't have anything plus for manipulation.
I'll try to do it.
All right.
I'll try.
That's all right.
Yeah.
As you frantically, all of you grab at it.
I would have been
Yeah.
carrying them as the servant, so you could just get them out of the pack and throw them.
Yeah.
I got 15, so I'll be helping.
Okay.
And that was my first nat 1.
Yeah, as you pull it out, you drop the package on the floor.
It's like, oh, sorry, Charles. Sorry.
And I'm sorry, Maria, you said you're helping.
Yeah, 15.
As it drops to the floor, you kind of reach down real quick and get your fingernails into the paper and rip the outer layer off, and the packets, however many steaks you bought that are individually wrapped, kind of flop out on the floor.
Right. Well, I'll probably just give those a good.
Oop, froze.
I assume she said she's going to give him just kind of a quick shove down the hallway, maybe.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, probably.
I would quick kick or something over towards the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Alaska, can
Blinky,
you hear
blinky.
us?
I can hear.
Okay.
We're back. I think we're back.
Yes.
Okay,
I can.
sweet.
I can hear you.
And for Maria, you were saying that you were going to shove the steaks down the hall or give him a quick frisbee flip real fast, oh gee, mother, go.
Yeah, exactly. Just frantically get them in the right direction.
Roll me a dexterity, a ranged attack. So your dex bonus plus your attack bonus. So it looks like a +2 to your roll. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, nice. So 17 plus 2 would be 19.
Yep. As you frantically oh my gosh, fling those steaks out, several of them just kind of smack right into the dogs, and they fall to the floor. 2 of the dogs just ignore it and keep running, but since the others behind it, the packages drop in front of them, they stop, start sniffing at it, and start going to town on the packages.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
2 of the 4 dogs are still coming at you really quickly.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to pull my pistol and shoot one.
Yes.
Oh, poor doggy.
Sorry.
They started it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We are-
Tis the nature of the story. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I love dogs, but if they're trying to kill me, you know.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Absolutely. So they have
I rolled a 19 to hit.
that is a solid hit. Mm-hmm.
This is with the pistol, so it's going to be a D8, and that's a 2 damage.
It belts out a squeal of pain as the bullet like lodges in its shoulder, and it kind of like falls against the wall, and he's like, he's like licking at his wound. He's not dead, but he is wounded.
Oh, poor puppy.
I will not kill this dog.
Yeah. Finish him off, Charles.
Sir,
Is there anyone? Oh, Charles, there's no need.
I didn't say that.
Did you throw all of the steak? Every last bit? All
Yeah.
6
I would-
pieces?
I
I
don't
would say
think so.
maybe like 2/3 of them. Yeah. There's
Yeah, I
still
would
a
think I
couple
would
lying
keep
there
a
on the floor.
couple in case.
So, I'd like to throw a steak towards that wounded dog. He's in the corner
Yeah, I
looking at himself.
Probably could
maybe.
have clarified that a little bit, so maybe Charles didn't have to shoot. But,
I thought we were out of steaks. I thought we got them all.
my apologies. We can back that up if you'd like. And
It's up to
Or-
you. I'd rather
No.
not have shot the dog, but you know.
He's not dead, so maybe the steak will at least relieve him of pain. He'll go to sleep and
well, let's go backwards. Charles.
Okay, yeah. After they fumble half the steaks, I'll just up into the backpack towards the dog, just trusting that the steak will be apparent to them even through the paper.
Yeah.
All right. It flops down on the floor in front of him. The one dog skids to a halt, and he's like, "Arr!" Starts gnawing on that paper. Just going to town to get at the steaks.
Thank goodness.
The other 2 dogs down the hallway have like just scarf those steaks down really quickly, and you see him kind of like they try to walk towards you, but they're like staggering, and then they like you hear them go, and they collapse to the floor, and you can just see him breathing down there. A solid deep sleep.
Looks like you got the dosage about right.
Yes.
Good job.
But the-
Okay, we're gonna take you all home and give you better lives. Okay, let's go.
We're gonna take all.
you can adopt all these dogs.
Later on,
course.
I will, yeah.
Later on. All right.
Maria will adopt all these dogs. and take
Absolutely, she will.
All right. So we got.
Maybe they'll kill her husband.
So we got past the dogs. Now what?
You behind you, the wall dead ends, so you have to go down the hall where the dogs came from, and you round the edge and move down the hall and come to another closed door that leads further inside the warehouse.
First I check to see if it's locked.
This door is locked. Yeah.
All right. I say, Maria, you know what to do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right, and the door, of course, like swings open really wide. Go ahead and each give me a alertness check as you move into this next part of the building.
Oh, dang it. I got a 1.
Nat 20.
At
Ooh.
20.
9 for
Let
me.
you go 9 for 10.
Okay, and as you're moving down the hall, Charles, you see something unusual about the floor, and just as the floor gives way, for anyone that rolled less than a 14,
Oh, no.
Yes.
you're standing on a trap door that collapses out from under you. You may do a Dex check or DC 11 to avoid falling in.
Were you
I'll
rolling?
give
Oh,
you. I'll give you.
15.
I was gonna say I'll give you like a +2 since Charles tried to point it out to you real fast. So a DC of 9.
So everyone's rolling this.
Yeah, so I got a 17 with the +2.
Yeah.
And
If
everyone
you
has a
didn't,
certain number on the alertness, right?
yeah, if you rolled a 14 on the alertness or higher, then you pull up short of the trapdoor.
Okay, good.
No, so
Okay, so for
I
my
rolled
Dex,
low, so I'm gonna roll to see if I fall.
I'm like, oh crap.
And if you
That
are
was
falling,
close.
I will try and catch you.
Okay.
So originally I rolled a 1, but on my dex I rolled a 9 plus the 2 you gave me,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then
Which-
the 1 that I have for
That's
that I put
12.
on my dex.
So yeah, you.
12 total.
Can I?
You're falling, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm about to fall, but can I argue that in my travels I have dealt with trapdoors before? Because if I have, then I can use my survival trait to get advantage.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, and with my nat 20, I would like to try and catch someone. If he fails this, I'll try and catch him. Otherwise, I'll try and catch one of the others.
Okay.
I think I'm okay. I got on this. I got 13 on the die plus my 1, so 14.
Okay.
But Maria's falling.
Maria's falling. I
Yeah.
would like to try and catch Maria if that's okay.
Yeah, he's gonna like slide in with his hand, pretty much. Yeah.
Is that okay,
Yeah,
Mia?
yeah, totally. Just give me a quick strength check to like catch her and hold on.
Nah, it's a 2, Mister.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, I thought I
Um,
wasn't falling. Okay.
No,
Well,
you're
what was your
falling.
roll? I apologize. Your total roll.
No, my total dex roll was 12.
Okay. So yeah, you made it.
Okay,
so
that's
she just barely made it.
So I try to
Just
catch,
good.
but I can't decide who I'm trying to catch. And
Yeah.
then, yeah.
I believe Jonathan also had made that.
Tell you
roll,
what, Charles,
if
I
you
grabbed
Yeah.
your ankle and pulled myself up that way.
remember. But now the
I say to Charles, this is just like when we visited that Mayan temple.
Oh, yes, the one with the snakes.
Yes,
Ah.
I hate snakes.
Me too.
now depending on which direction you jumped, I would say Charles is probably on this side of the pit, and the other three of you either jumped forward in the hallway or backwards. So
I jump forward.
okay.
Well, I just said I grabbed Charles's ankle, so I'm with him.
Okay.
Okay, so you're behind. So, and Jonathan, you jump forward or back?
I think I would probably jump back.
Okay, so
Sir, what are you
So-
doing on the other side?
the three of you will have to now cross the pit somehow.
How
with
how
like-
wide is it?
It's probably like as wide as the hallway, so like an 8x8 hole in the ground.
Ooh, that's quite a jump, especially when we're carrying guns and stuff.
I say to Maria, you still got that climbing gear with you?
Well, I didn't leave it.
Okay, so we can use it as like a hook to try to get across.
Oh yeah, the
yeah.
hook.
I do have.
There's probably some scaffolding above us or something. Is,
Yeah,
there,
Yeah,
I've
it's
got-
kind of like. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've got the rope and the climbing gear both.
is there
so-
something we can latch onto, Mia?
Well, throw it to me and I'll tie. Is there anything I can tie it to?
It's kind of an unfinished like ceiling. You know, like the walls are built up to the ceiling, but they have built
beams
the
are
walls
closed?
around the support beams. Yeah, so there you could easily throw a rope up and create a swing or something.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think climbing gear is like the.
The
I don't know.
pittance
This is
and
how I
rope.
envision it was the pittons and like stuff like that,
I would
not
assume
just
it includes
rope.
a rope though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Those,
Yeah,
Well,
just
yeah.
a length of rope.
Those pitons don't do much without a rope.
Yeah. I assume climbing
It's
gear.
true. Good point.
So yeah, easy enough to do that and
Lots of
swing
rope.
across. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so us three work together to get that secured, and we all cross one at a time.
Hey Davis, I have a pet snake named Pebbles.
As you
Good for you.
Python.
I keep looking at the schedule, Steve. Like, when do we need to be done?
About 15 minutes ish, but it's just you and me for the next segment, so it's up to you.
Okay.
That too.
That won't be there too.
And as you like are making your way through, you realize that when you went into the back door and went around, and then again you kind of circle back, so you're like slowly making your way towards like this, not necessarily the center area, but towards the front of the warehouse. But you do come to another door to pass into another like inner part of the of this kind of like gradual move to the center of the building.
Okay, so it's like we're going in like a spiral path.
Yeah, it's like you went in a door, went up and around and down, and through a door, up and around and down, and through a door and up and around and down. So yeah.
And I checked the door. See if it's locked.
This door is not locked. It is
So I
easy
say,
to open.
I think we're good on this one, Maria.
Yeah. As you open the door here, it is pitch black. There are no lights on.
Flashlight.
Yeah, I got one.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, no, he has flashlight. Yeah. And I feel around for a light switch.
No light switches. It's just pitch black in here,
So
other than your
lead the
flashlight.
way, Charles.
Yes, sir. I will take the pistol and the flashlight, like I probably saw cops do in movies in the future, and what's in there?
Sweeping your flashlight back and forth. Let's get a rollness, alertness checks. That's my abbreviation for alertness. A rollness.
This is the least alert I could possibly be.
Would
I rolled a
argue-
7.
I argue would Charles have advantage on this since he has the flashlight?
Who's leading? Charles, you're up
I
front.
went first and I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
No, I'm behind him and I rolled a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a
Okay, well, I
7.
can roll.
All right. I'm gonna say the numbers get progressively higher
got
for your DC the further you're back.
I got 16.
Yeah. 16?
Jonathan
16.
said 16.
All right. So let me think in my head. So my check was. What's the marching order? Basically the order you're lined up on the screen. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So like Charles,
Jonathan
Andrew,
last.
Maria, Jonathan, which puts this just out of reach. As you're stepping forward, Charles, your foot snags on something on the ground,
Oh, shit.
and you hear this, whoosh, and this like fumy, funky smelling gas starts to fill the chamber.
I knew we
Oh,
should have bought
no.
the gas mask.
You did say
Yeah.
it. Oh, man.
Okay,
Um,
this is where Maria's heart starts to palpitate and gets a little bit of a flashback, and also thinks, "Oh no, I should have bought the gas mask."
Yeah. I saw
This-
it on the list.
She was in a
and I was like, I
concentration
knew I
camp
should
for a
have bought
little
gas
bit.
mask.
Yeah, scary thought there,
All right.
Miss
I
Bethel.
was thinking the same, and I was like, why would I have one?
Like you asked earlier, I'm like, yeah, gas mask could come in handy. So you will now roll
You
a
did,
con
and I was
check.
like, don't meta.
So whatever
but-
your con bonus is, plus your D20. So
I
I
do
see
have
like
a grenade.
I see a 0, a +1, and a +1. So some of you have a bonus.
Yeah, I got a 15 total.
I got
15?
13.
What are we rolling for?
Constitution.
Just a con check, yeah, Constitution
check.
check.
I got 18.
All right. So I'm sorry. Repeat that again. In
18?
turn,
I got
15,
That's right.
I got 10.
10,
13.
13, 18.
10 is
Yes.
the low.
All right.
That's the lowest.
The Andrew, the basically in the order you're walking and Charles like kicks it, the gas just explodes right in your face, knocking you cold, just knocks you out. You're like,
I catch
thud.
him.
Yeah, I fall into Charles.
And the others, who's next on that roll? I'm sorry, a 13. Someone said a 13.
Yeah, that was me.
A 13.
Yeah.
You get a good whiff of the gas. You don't pass out, but you're definitely disoriented for a few minutes.
Okay.
And I got an 18.
And
Jonathan's tough as hell. You're probably a big drinker, huh, Jonah?
as the gas like and it like fizzles until it like stops fizzing, and then you hear this ping 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 ping, kind of a bell, and then a door some way down the hallway throws open and this light spills into the hallway, and then a blink blink blink, the lights above your head flash on, and 4 people rush into the hallway in front of you.
Can I would like to have shot at the silhouette in the door as soon as it opened.
Sure, go right ahead, please do.
Okay.
Ping.
I assume you secure me to the floor before you shoot.
I still have, I'm on one knee, I've got you in one hand, and I shoot,
Yeah.
and I get a 4 and miss.
Yeah.
As soon as I see him pull his gun, I'm gonna pull mine.
Well, mine's been out because I was using it with.
I mean, I'm gonna get it. I've had it in my hand, but now it's ready.
I would say your action being you pull the gun and you can now fire it as they enter the hallway. Yeah.
Okay.
Maria, I would say you're disoriented, so unable to act this round. While Andrew needs to be revived.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've already wasted a shot.
And the first one misses because I only got a 7. I got another 20.
Holy moly! All right.
21.
The range of rolls in this game has been wild.
Like all over the place.
So many critical
Someone got 20.
So you just sort of open up with this Tommy gun. Some of the bullets like skip down the wall as you bring it under, because they're kind of spazzy. Bring it under control, and pop, your bullets make contact. So yeah, roll up your damage for that one hit. Yeah,
I got 6.
6. So 6 on top of 6. You hear someone go, "Oh crap!" And then you hear a female voice go, "Vinny!" And one of the bodies drops next to someone who just collapses to the ground. And another guy's like, "Damn it, right in the leg!" So you killed one outright and wounded another.
Nice.
Well done.
Vinny, poor Vinny.
So we're gonna go on.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna go to initiative now.
Yes, and since you guys are, they they have an opportunity to fire down the hallway at you.
It's gonna suck.
Only 2 of them will fire, since I'm just gonna give you names: Tony Malone, Vinny, who's now dead, Vinny Rossi, and Gina the Tigress Rossi, and Frankie the Fixer Moretti. Frankie shoots and Tony shoots. Let's see, attack is that. But that's not very good. That bullet flies wide as you shoot him in the leg, and he's like taking aim. Pow! He jerks up and shoots into the ceiling, and kind of randomly shooting down the hallway to the 3 of you that are standing up. That's a 16.
Oh yeah, 3 of them. Yeah.
That's a 16. So this is going to hit you randomly. So Charles 1, 2, Maria 3, 4, Jonathan 5, 6 on the dice. That is a 6, Jonathan.
Okay.
And this is going to hurt.
I only have 4.
It's not going to hurt that bad. It's not going to hurt that bad. It is a 6-sided attack. That is a 5, so you drop. So
We only have one first aid kit left to the party, I think. And it's
Yeah.
been-
I have a
No.
I have 2 because I had one. And
Same.
then
Yeah,
got one.
yeah. I had bought one
There's another one on my
for
person.
this adventure,
So you have another one as well.
so I have one more left on my
So
person.
we're all right.
and you got 4 from the henchman dude's place. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So it should be-
Jonathan drops. We come back to the top of the round,
Oh! No.
being Charles and Maria available to act. Unless
Seems silly to try and wake up Andrew at this moment, so I'm gonna just.
you have 2. I was gonna say you have 2 actions, so you have the possibility to wake him up and shoot at the same time.
I'm gonna shoot twice.
Yeah,
Okay,
he wants
twice.
to secure the
Yeah,
room
we
first.
need to not be getting shot at
Yeah.
before I.
Okay.
The first one's a 9. The second one's a 2.
Oh, it's dark in
Bang,
here.
bang.
I did take some of the gas.
Yeah.
True.
Stark, he's still a little woozy.
Yeah.
I will also use my Tommy gun for this. The first shot is 12.
Oh, damn it! Someone shouts down the
14.
hallway.
12 and 14 for that.
Crap! You spray your bullets down there, hitting as you kind of like around. You hit 2 people.
Okay, and the first one hits for 6.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
Max damage.
you hear Jean. You see the woman who's in the light now. Her head swivels really quick, and she's like, Tony, as he drops dead on the floor.
And the next one hits for 5.
Ugh. She looks at Frank. You see the other man, Frankie. He like takes the bullet hard, stumbles backwards, falls to the ground. He's like, Gina, finish him for us. And he passes out. You see him kind of twitching there on the floor. He's still alive.
Yeah, Gina, finish us.
Yeah.
Gina, she's like, damn it. She grabs up another pistol. So she brings up 2 guns and goes, boom, 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 boom.
Oh.
Really only shoots twice. And right now, Charles and Maria, you're standing. Charles, you first. That is going to hit.
Okay.
And Maria, that is, I think, going to hit. A 15 and 16 and 15 respectively work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Charles, that is 3
Okay.
damage. Maria, that is 1.
Okay.
And that again brings us back to you guys. Maria or Gina's the only one left. You see her after firing a gun. She just throws him to the ground, reaches down, and grabs Frankie, who's still alive, and is trying to drag him out of the hallway. Yeah. Okay. But we're back to you guys. Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot Gina. 15.
Nice.
That is a solid hit.
And it's 7 damage.
Yeah, they have like an average of 5 to 6 hit point each, kind of like you guys do. She drops, just drops dead right there in the hallway.
She was the last
You
one,
hear,
right?
yeah, you hear Frankie, who's like lying there, slowly bleeding out. He's like, you hear him as he hits the ground go, ugh.
Okay.
And the bullets have stopped flying.
All right, so I'm gonna.
So I'm gonna toss you one of my 2 first aid kits, Charles,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run to Jonathan.
Now, Mr. Davis didn't take hit point damage. Is that right? He's just down from the. Gas.
He's just,
Oh.
he's just, knockout gas got him.
Oh, I thought he took hit points. Oh, he didn't. Okay, so I'll keep. Well, you're still down a first aid kit, so go ahead and keep it.
Oh, right. Thanks. I'll slap him in the face. Wake up, sir! Wake up!
Does that wake me up?
Roll a con check real quick then, Davis. Yeah.
And that'll be 2 hit points for Jonathan.
I got 6.
The rascals are coming
6.
for us, sir.
You kind of blink your eyes open for a second and you see Charles and then you kind of like slump down again. Almost came out.
Are there smelling salts in the first aid kit?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, in that day and age, sure.
So you can roll with advantage on that, Andrew, this time.
That one's a 12.
Okay, yeah, that the sniffing salts abruptly bring you out.
Oh, did you have to hit me so hard, Charles?
Yes, sir. I did.
Are we safe?
Not at all.
Well, at least out of danger.
For the moment, we're not being shot at anymore. If that's what you mean.
Yes.
I think we should be a little more careful about these traps. We're not very good at that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Mr. Dawes and Mr. Davis, you might be a little better at it.
Well,
We usually are. It's just,
it happens to the best of us.
yes. No one's a superhero.
Apparently.
Except
I've
for
been
Captain
behind you this
Justice.
whole
Yeah,
time.
except for Captain
Except the
Justice.
guy on the roof.
Yeah, if Captain Justice was here, maybe he would show us the 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a lore check to see if you've ever heard of
I would
Captain
love to do
Justice.
that.
I would love to as well.
9 for me.
I get advantage on this lore check.
No,
so
it's just +1 from me.
I got 17.
Okay.
I got 8.
I was gonna say, as you're like sitting up, you go, Captain Justice. You remember that you had read a news article about him, Andrew. in the heat of the moment before, you didn't remember him, but you like, oh yeah, you'd read an article about some street vigilante calling himself Captain Justice, who's been going around beating up at, like basically street level criminals, just, podunk people, nobody of any real importance.
Completely unprepared for a swarm of robots.
No,
Completely.
Correct.
No, I've heard about this vigilante. I always like to think that he's probably just a billionaire in disguise, but millionaire in disguise.
Hopefully he's in good enough physical condition to survive the pounding those robots gave him.
But anyway, let's continue.
Yes, I'm only mildly shocked.
Let's find this idol.
As you move down the hallway, you hear the screeching of a bunch of monkeys, and you round the corner, and you see. Let me see. As you round the corner, you see several bits of machinery, and with electrodes and wiring leading to the cages, and the monkeys are in the cages, and instead of the socket like thingamajiggy, there's a wire that is now connected, and they're like rattling on the cages, and this wire's kind of whipping back and forth.
It's
There's
Bubbles'
also
brothers and sisters, you guys.
Can we see where the wires are running to?
they like run up out of the cage, and they're kind of like draped across some like shelving or like a scaffold of some sort, leading to a large device in the center room. It's electrical. It's it's just like a big cylinder with like pipes, and it's giving off an electrical hum. There's also, each monkey has like a little IV stuck like in their neck, and it's like taped around to their back.
All right.
Yeah, we got to shut off that machine.
Yeah. Davis was going to go straight to the machine and see if it can be activated.
Yeah, me too. I'll help. I'll find the other side from where you're standing. We'll look for switches or whatever.
Yeah.
No need to roll on that. As you approach it, it's got one of those just a big like lever switch.
Nice, Frankenstein style.
Yeah, not big like the one
This whole
last time.
situation kind of reminds me of an adventure I went on when I was a little kid.
A little bit, right? a little bit of a parallel there. You throw that switch off, and this like alarm starts to ring, 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 ring. And there's the chemical injector machine is nearby as well.
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. Turn that off.
Yes, and I do we see the idol anywhere?
While you were like frantically like dealing with the monkeys and have now like switched the machines off and get an opportunity to look around the room, you notice that there are two high-tech, what a camera looks like, but these look different, mounted up on the wall, and again parallels. The speaker activates that's like mounted in the ceiling, and it's like, ha ha ha! Your feeble attempts to stop me are laughable. My monkeys are under my complete control, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. Ha ha ha!
Well, it looks like we just did. We stopped the machine.
Yeah, and your confidence is unfounded.
You have only
little
stopped a
bastard.
part of... Oh, sorry. You have only stopped a part of my plan. You will witness the power of the Monkey Master as I unleash upon the world some chaos from my Simian minions. We will reign supreme.
This is coming from a
If
PA
I wasn't a lady, I'd have some words for you.
Yeah, PA system. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I disregard and I start.
Freeing monkeys.
Yeah, freeing monkeys. Yeah.
Pull the needles. Pull the wires.
Yep, I am also in the process of
Not letting them out of the cages though.
Just freeing them.
yeah, just
Good
getting them-
luck.
disconnecting them.
Good luck finding my true compound. And
Oh,
it
yeah,
cuts
where-
off.
Oh, but it's real well hidden.
And then like the speakers come back like, this was only a test. I have the statue. We will rule the world.
Well, that may
Oh,
be
I bet
so,
you
but-
have it hidden under your sofa.
That may be so, but this is 1935, so wherever the PA system is wired to, we can just follow the cable. It's definitely above ground.
Don't tell him that.
Huh?
No, he
I mean,
must-
there's literally a straight line between us and you.
He must still be in the building.
Yeah.
So
Do you not know about Nikola Tesla and the use of radio waves?
A little.
a little. Anyway,
They broadcast. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So, is there another room ahead of us?
The place you've entered, it's just a large open space. There's an office off to the side, behind a door, and there's kind of that glass front. You can peer inside to the desk and bookshelves, and a big garage door that leads outside to the front
Right,
gates that surround the building.
All right, so this guy's not here.
Damn.
Sorry, Patty, you're muted.
Patty, you're muted.
Maybe he's in that room hiding underneath that desk.
Yeah, let's look under the desk.
Yeah. Is he in the office?
His mastermind.
As I gonna say, as you throw the door open and go in there, you see like the radio receiver that has wires that lead up to the ceiling and out to the speaker that Charles was apt to follow. There are a bunch of ledgers and notes and like books and stuff to gather and go through.
Well, let's do it.
And for the sake of time, a quick cursory glance. Some of it lists off Don Bandito's criminal underworld. There are a list of locations and a list of some names. And as you scan down the name, give me a quick lore check.
Okay. I'll do that.
Especially Jonathan, as you are kind of a scholar.
Yeah, right.
Mine's a 12.
12,
I got 14.
Let's see.
14.
And I
14.
can. I got 13, but if that's not enough, I can trade my P point.
Yeah, that'd be fine to get an auto success. This is
I
a
would
good
do that.
moment right here at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
as
I'll
you're-
use that.
As you're scanning down the list, there's a list of about 50 names. Some of them are crossed off in ink, and you remember reading in the newspaper an obituary, Jonathan, for one of the people that's on the list. Andrew, you're running down the list, and one of the names that's crossed off is somebody that has been missing for like 2 weeks. No news on their location. And Maria, you pass down the list, and it's you don't know these people are dead, but as you scan down it, you see a nickname that your husband is known by. It doesn't say his name specifically, but it's a nickname that that he's known by his friends.
Oh.
Something like Chucky or
Okay.
Lounge Lizard or whatever his nickname might be.
My God.
Lounge Lizard.
His name's Herbert. So Chuck.
But there are several other names. There's like 50 names on the list, and like 11 are crossed off.
I say, by God, this is my old partner, Nikolov. He's been missing for weeks.
I've never heard of this.
Well, no, this one is dead.
It's an old friend of mine I used to go to on our travels when I was a kid.
But you had a traveling
And
companion
you said I
before?
know my husband's nickname, or
You know, yeah, you would know it. You've
Okay.
talked about it.
why
in,
is my husband's
intimate
nickname on
situations.
this list?
That's between you and your husband.
I think it's between them and her husband.
Well, what is your husband's nickname? His name is Herbert. Harry?
Herbie. Herbie.
The
The love bug.
Yeah.
yeah,
Love
I could say sussing
Not
it out.
outside the bedroom.
Oh my god. Sussing it out, you realize it's a hit list, and because you're like, well, that would explain because Dawn and is rivals to the guy that your husband's associated with.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is a hit list of all the people that they're about to kill or wanting to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
By my witness, I will track down this man.
The monkey.
And then we'll see who the real monkey is.
Yeah.
The monkey master is still on the loose. But you've rescued
No one makes a
about
monkey out of me.
there are like 50 monkeys in these cages, so you're able to rescue about 50
Yes.
little innocent monkeys.
Yeah, we
And
take,
Over
puppy
the-
dogs.
we take
Let's
the
not
monkeys
forget
and the dogs back to Maria's place.
Successful adventure.
Well, I'm gonna probably donate the extra monkeys to the zoo. I'll keep Bubbles.
Yeah, the news being that the monkeys were hopped up on like a particular drug and
I need to
take some time to come down, which is one of the reasons why Bubbles passed out. He was coming off of his adrenaline. So there you go.
All right.
I thank you, Mia.
He's a much more behaved little monkey.
Yeah, this was a great one, Mia. I always love this game.
This is one of my favorites, actually.
Let us know how much XP we get.
Oh yeah.
If we are going to revisit these characters, they're definitely going to be level 2
Okay.
next time. In fact, make them level 3. Bump them up 2
Oh.
levels
Okay.
in case we
Sweet.
come
I'll
back
just
to
put a
them. Yeah,
note here, level to 3.
Yep.
yeah.
All right, thank you, Mia.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Mia. Mia, I'll send you a new call link pretty soon.
Okay.
For any
Gotta-
viewers watching, we're going to move into a new segment called Memories from the Backlog, where Mia and Alan and I will discuss some of our favorite memories from Tales from the Backlog. And Cindy and Patty, you guys are welcome to jump in on the Discord voice chat with that if you would like to. But before that, we're just going to take a couple minutes break to go get settled in the other room.
Yes.